right. How's everybody doing out there? I gotta say, I don't know if I've seen that name before. I gotta have to read that out. It gave me pause. Actually, it definitely was the dog, head tilted, like, N Christ Forever. What's up, bud? Thanks so much for being here. BF, how you doing? Looks like N Christ Forever beat you. I'm sorry. LL, I read that chat. I read that earlier. I was like, I want to get that right. Would have replied to time. No worries, man. I really appreciate. It was a little early in the stream to already be butchering words that badly, but hey, here we are. Here's where we find ourselves. You're on the playback squad. I really appreciate that. It's always nice to see. I always appreciate that, and I appreciate you stopping by live too. Thank you so much for being here, LL. J Will, what's up, dude? And Darkened, how you doing, man? Adam, what is up? What's up, Ham? I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm gonna do it. I don't care about the rules and regulations. Your video cracked me up, man. It literally was hilarious. Like, genuinely, multiple times, laugh out loud. I'm glad I wasn't eating. Otherwise, food would have been all over the table. That was funny stuff, dude. What's up, Cypher? How you doing, buddy? But yeah, saying hello to Jay. All right, well, I want to jump into this. For people who do watch on the playback, as usual, I would do my best to leave to live. Man, this is going to be bad. You all are going to have to learn how to translate the misspeakings of myself. We will do timestamps of all the activities and fun we're going to do today, campers. We're going to start off with a little bit of what I like to call squad builder, and then we will jump quickly into the Valiant Gauntlet, and then some Battlegrounds. If there's time, I don't know. Got a nice little Sunday. We're doing this mainly just to kind of warm up, let the folks trickle in, have some fun, have some chat. Okay, there is some voting going on in the poll yesterday. Yesterday we went into like story time and started talking about a little NBA basketball. I had to go anyways, but I found myself definitely being like, I gotta go. There's some nonsense being typed in the chat about LeBron James. And I think a lot of that is because folks are like, they know him from like the age of 36 to 42. People tend to slow down, man. People tend to slow down. Yeah. So I think that's part of it. Man, I don't even know what to do here. I'm gonna swap 3 for kicks and giggles. Warrior, what's up, dude? Who is my current favorite champ? I don't know. I that's one where like I would really love to think that through. I keep an eye out for a video from me in the not too distant future, truly going over that when I've sat down and really thought about it and everything. I will tell you that at the moment, I have been having so much fun playing Gladiator and trying to get better with Gladiator. There was a large portion of yesterday's stream that was spent to Gladiator, did a live rank up of Gladiator. I'm saying that word and name Gladiator as much as I possibly can. Apparently I can hear it in my own ears. He's a blast, dude. He's a lot of fun. And he's kind of a high skill champ, I think, to get a ton out of him. So I'm really going through and like trying to get better at fights, making like quicker decisions. It feels a little to me about, okay, Captain's Order. Is that the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Ooh, that's pretty cool. I felt like the Shaq GIF, whatever. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're just going to take this to the bank. I would love to get the Fantastic. I actually kind of like the title that comes with it. Apparently, I've never gotten one. So we might shoot for that a couple times here before we fully get into the Gauntlet. But I've been having a blast with Gladiator. He's a great champion. Pablito did the video on him. And just really kind of opened my eyes more. I actually went back and watched my video on his buff. Like I do that. I would imagine a lot of us do that. We play the champion a significant amount to do a new champ video or a buff video. I want to really like thoroughly test them, give you an idea of where I think they're going to end up. I never, ever, 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 ever recommend opening up the crystals for them. But I know some folks are going to, so I'd like them to know kind of what they might be getting, help them get a springboard going. And then if you pull them in a 7-star crystal or a Titan or something, of course, I want to be a good resource on how to get started, get going, and where I thought they'd end up. And so I went and I watched that video, and it was like any other experience for me when I do this, is I go back and I'm like, oh, cool, I didn't do a bad job. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this now, I remember that. But it's so much stuff I had forgotten. So yeah. Speaking of which, there's Pablito right there. What's up, dude? Going to do the Valiant quest while watching this. What's up, Cypher? That's awesome, dude. Speak English, please. MCoC Encyclopedia. I don't even think, it's funny because usually when you show up, I like to do the hello and welcome back to MCoC Encyclopedia. But I can't even like do a bad English accent right now. Something's going on, man. I think I haven't had enough caffeine or something. What's up, buddy? Thanks for being here, by the way. I need to remember the what I'm actually shooting for here. Fantastic. So I'm shooting for four of a kind, basically. We are not off to a great start, but we'll try with the 5s. Let's try with the 5s. And I just to be clear, I think everyone understands this is not how I recommend you do this mode. This is me truly just wanting to get the title. This Valiant Gauntlet is rough. So many passing out. Yeah, dude. Sometimes I think you know, it's like how things are presented. It's the not the literal optics of it, but the figurative optics of something. And I know that I can harp on that, you know, like that's very much something I'm interested in. And I understand a lot of Kabam folks and a lot of people who play games. I think optics don't hit them the same way for a variety of reasons, right? And you know, it doesn't really matter ultimately why it does or doesn't. I don't think it's like objectively good or bad. I think it just doesn't. I think often it's like, yeah, but this is what the reality of it. And it's like, yes. You know, like that is accurate. I'm not saying that the reality of it is different. I'm saying here's how this could come across. And they're like, yeah, I know, but the reality is this. And you're like, it feels like you're arguing and I'm not. So I'm gonna go over here for a while, you know? And I think this might be one of those times where there may technically be like less fights, or it may be quicker to, oh, we did it. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Oh, I gotta write that down. Can you believe it? I'm really pumped up for this. I can't believe how excited I am. We gotta cash out, man. I don't want to mess with this. Let's get it done. But as I was saying before I was so excitedly interrupted here, I think this is one of those ones where like the optics of like the two paths and the way it actually works out, whether it technically has more time or not, I think ultimately for a lot of players, it doesn't matter. It's how like we ended up feeling about it. And I often think that's literally just as important as the quote unquote reality of the situation, you know? Like, you can go and tell us that like, it doesn't make sense. You're not making sense. Like, all right, cool. We still hate it. Like, it doesn't do good to be objectively correct on this one, you know? I don't know. Whatever. I'm just pumped up. I got my title. We got to change it over. We're getting rid of mastership, I think is what I've got right now, which is from getting masters in war. I think 10 seasons, which I definitely have done a lot more than 10 seasons. But I think they asked Serpent how to add. They did Serpent math on how many titles, how many seasons, and he was like, I don't know, it's just not more than 125. Nothing's more than 125. And they were like, okay. So anyways, we got Simply Fantastic now. I'm pretty pumped up. In Darkened, I have to say, like on a very small screen, your PFP out of the corner of my eye is it's like hitting the same synapse as Karate Mike's. where his old one, I think it is, with that color background and then like a blue figure. It's like every time out of the corner of my eye, I think it's Karate Mike. So there you go. You're basically Karate Mike. That didn't take long. No, that didn't take long at all. That was, see how easy this game is? This is the easiest game there ever was. All you have to do is play and you could win too. I've kept the True Believer title ever since Stanley's. That does feel right, Brendan. That actually does. And it's very heartfelt to the point where I'm not even going to make a joke. Yeah, that's a good one, actually. All right. I'm doing this for a couple reasons. One is I need to get this content done. I don't know how much time I'm going to have. See, as I told you, I've been having a lot of fun with Gladiator, really playing Gladiator. Do not be shocked if there is a Gladiator or two video or two out in the next week or so. But I need to get this done because I really don't know how much time I'm going to have over the next, like, truly 4 weeks. And I don't want to not do this. Plus, I want to get my ass kicked by High Evolutionary. I want to learn to fight this dude. And the best way to do it is to just do it and get your butt kicked. All right, so what do we got here? Whenever a Mystic attacker fills a bar of power, they gain a passive fury. Cool. Nullifying a buff from the defender or preventing one. Triggering converts all temporary. Okay. Whenever a Mystic attacker fills a bar of power, they gain a fury passive, increasing attack rating by 70%. All right. So far, I'm good. Nullifying a buff from the defender or preventing one from triggering converts all temporary fury passives into indefinite ones. Oh, it's for 15 seconds. Okay, so we get the bar of power, we get the fury, we nullify, and it becomes permanent. Okay, steady perseverance. When the defender activates a special attack, they gain a stain. They get a stain. A stun immunity buff for 6 seconds, +2 for each of the defender's unique buffs. This buff is paused during the defender's special attacks. Cool. All right, so get bars of power, nullify, or neutralize, and win. Okay. And then this guy's coming up. What's his node? The attacker strikes that alternate between light. I can't stand the way they write stuff, man. I swear half the time it feels like intentionally confusing. The attacker strikes that alternate between light and medium attacks grant cruelty up to 20, but repeating the same attack removes half of them. First hit of the attacker's heavy attack converts all charges. So alternate attacks then land a heavy? Defender is more likely to activate special attacks, failed aggression. When the defender auto blocks, evades, or just causes an attack to miss, their chance to activate special attacks increases for 1 second. What an interesting node. All right. Okay. Yeah, cool. Yelena is not as hard to deal as Zola. Also has better attacker. Are we okay? We're having a conversation. Hey Vega, what's the best stat focus for Yelena, and is she worth R4 over Zola? I mean, are you talking about like for Battlegrounds defense? Because I think right now they're both kind of at their apex. There's a reason. The reason why I wanted Yelena so bad was to be able to stick her on defense, because she's got some counters now, just like Zola has a few. And as the game goes on, there'll just be more. People learn how to fight them better. So I think like as a defender, they're both great, and they're both are significantly easier with a true counter. I'd almost say Yelena, as far as battle is concerned, Yelena probably has more counters that are already in decks, like hard counters. But they're both great, dude. And as far as like attacking is concerned, this kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about my Gladiator video. I put a lot of work into my new champ videos and my buff videos, and then it's not that I forget it. It's just move on. And so I've forgotten a lot about Yelena. My one big takeaway was I wanted her to at least sig 1. I don't recall what it was. Maybe that's like what gives her the miss from her sig or something like that. So they're both good attackers. She's got combo, if I recall correctly, so that might be helpful for like high evolutionary or something like that. But Zola has really cool immunities. I think he's immune to like ability accuracy reduction, except for his own, if I recall correctly. They're both good. Like that's interesting that you asked on them. I can see why. They're both kind of like, despite being very different champions, different classes, they kind of fulfill similar roles, I think, as far as us players are concerned. What's up, Snoops? How you doing? Ace, you're very on time, my friend. You are very, very on time. 17 minutes here for Valiant Gauntlet. You could go. Okay, thanks for answering the question, Brendan. What's up, Sync? Hey, Hex, how you doing? Remember when the nodes were Bane and that was as complicated as it got? I literally do. We actually literally do. Like I recall on the tier 1 war map, up on the upper left-hand side. I don't think it was technically Mini Boss Island, but like as you were approaching it, Bane was there, and that was like a relatively tough fight. Like I recall that. That's like what, 7 years ago, probably, give or take. It's yeah. I think it's good. I think it's good that we like address that there's frustrations or things we don't like about the game, and we can still like it, you know. But the nodes, it's definitely one of them for me. And I understand, honestly, at least I think I do, why they're written the way they're written. As you can tell, I've forgotten said nodes. In fact, we're going to start over. I don't mind spending items. I don't want it to do or early in because I'm being dumb. You know, I think as the game gets more and more complex, they have to word things a certain way. It's like legal writing, you know? Because like what I took away from the node isn't necessarily exactly what is being asked, but it's, as a player, what is helpful to kind of remember, right? Wow. I'm really slow today, guys. This could get ugly. I remember getting uncollected with a team of unascended 4 stars and getting so excited to open 1 5-star, how the times have changed. So same here. Like, let's do trip down memory lane. I think it'll be fun. I recall, and it feels like, I think it's like part of like my formative MCoC time is the red and black border being like the thing. Like that was awesome. And so I think that probably, I've never really thought about it timeline wise, but that's gotta be when I was at my most like hyped for the game. Like just, and that might not even be a good thing, to be clear. It might not have been very logical for me to felt that way, you know? Because I almost certainly didn't know the game anywhere close to the way I do now. You know, I've actively talked about how I played this game very poorly for a long period of time. But the red and black border was like where it was at. Like, I don't think I'll ever have quite as much like hype or excitement or whatever you want to call it for anything as I did that. Dude, I would look at 5-star crystals and see Papa Luke and hope that I would get him. I had an account in like 2016 where I pulled a 4-star and didn't know how good that was. Was it, so like that's funny too, like how memories run together. Wasn't Luke one of the first 6 stars? And this is before he was buffed. Was it Luke? And it was like, that was a good pool. Like the initial pool of champions in that crystal was very bad. Like very bad. But they were 6 stars, so it was exciting. That's my memory, but I wouldn't bet on that. 5-star borders was so rad. Yeah, I think it actually was too, especially coming off of like, not that the gold 4 wasn't, but like it's like it pushed through some sort of threshold, some sort of artistic threshold. I remember when we thought Bane was really difficult. I'm with you. I too remember these things. And now Bane is like a throwaway add-on to complexity, you know? Do we even see it anymore? I think that's part, I know that's part of why I like the squad builder mode. Is I think just being able to more simply play the game. Like to just spend time in the game, in its universe. I think is fun. And to do it simply, you know. Or like having something where, I mean, not that like I'm trying to make mistakes, but where, you know, missing a dex or not landing a parry or something like that really is not a big deal. Like right here. And I say that because it's like, it's not that this doesn't matter, but the stakes aren't high. Like, it's like, okay, I missed the thing, whatever. But I'm probably gonna have to like heal now or something. I don't know. I feel like I'm being crotchety. Can I just use some? No, you can't. You literally can't. And that's part of why I think that the mode is good. And I don't know. I don't think it's pure novelty. There is obviously novelty, right? It's new, but I think that there's some things about it that get like a little bit of like adrenaline or dopamine or whatever kind of going, where arena is just purely like, you know, you're most people are like, oh, so I was watching TV and doing arena. It's like you can't do both of those things. You can't focus on both of those things. It's just not possible. So it's like they're doing a thing that literally requires no focus. And so to me, that's like, nah, that's not what I want to do. How many points should we need in recruitment? I have no clue, man. Like, you know, I should. So would a mod mind writing down that this first week it's going to be impossible to reasonably estimate the score, and then I'll pin it. The reason actually is because we have no baseline. We have literally no baseline. We have nothing to compare it to. It'd be like I compared it yesterday to an item being sold at auction for the first time. And it not only it being the first time that item's been sold, but it's also the first like in its field. Like if you think of it like if it was the first sports memorabilia item ever auctioned off, there'd be nothing to compare it to. And that's how this feels to me, because you can't even compare it to like arena milestones, you know? That they're just totally different things. Okay, landing a critical hit. And just to be fully forthright and finish that point home, is I don't think that one could bot the squad builder. Someone's gonna actually have to play it. And so I think that could influence things as well. Landing a critical hit adds one to the attacker's combo meter. Okay, so we're just gonna do a quick read through, because like I said, I do want to learn to fight this guy as well. Okay, so I don't think we need to worry about this, because this is what he does to you after the fight, right? The potency of the burst or damage granted by the shield are increased. Okay. When inflicting a dissolve debuff, 100% chance to gain an indefinite 1.6 aspect of evolution passive. That's a node, isn't it? I'm starting to dislike that. I liked it when commented on how like I'm going to start giving champions more credit when they're immune to something that I used to think of as like a node ability, like Falter. If you think about like Prowler, was the one I always think of with that. I am not enjoying how nodes are like, I feel like we're going to get a champion with Bane in the kit. And it's just like, again, a part of that for me is optics. it gives the feeling of no, I'm not sure what the word is. Okay, the high evolution is immune to buffs. Okay, so we can't grant the high evolution combat power rate can only be reduced by skill champions. Fair. When the opponent is suffering from a personal debuff, they lose. Okay, I remember that. When blocked or when blocking an attack, 20% chance to inflict a severe wither. So that's power control, but is it only power control? I think it is. Yeah. Okay. Basic hits have a 20% chance to inflict an exhaustion. That's our ability to crit, right? That's crit damage. Okay. Basic hits have 20%. Okay. And the Headless would be struck by the same basic. That's right. You want to play him like Mistmaster. Okay. I think there's a chance. Has anyone done this with Nick? I have a feeling Nick might just steamroll this. Okay, here's the combo detonation. While combo detonation is not active or when striking, when the opponent gains a bar of power, consuming 50 charges for 100% chance to inflict a combo detonation passive. If the opponent does not build the number of combos specifically specified for their ability, they take a burst of damage. Okay, so they're kind of making Nick not... Like, Nick could do it, probably, but he's not going to come out at high health. Unblockable hits from non-skill chat. Okay, so you can still use... Nick, if he's unblockable, still count. Okay. I remember thinking that Okoye should be really good here. Or good for him in general. What is this? Oh, yeah. Dissolve debuff? Reduces the attack and combat power rate. Wow. And it is a full debuff. While the opponent is inside the field, all personal debuffs are paused. Reverse controls. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. I did fight him briefly in consideration of putting out a how to fight him video for the day this all went live. Full transparency, I didn't feel like I was getting it very quickly, and so the video is going to be really bad if I got it out in time. So I chose to put it off. I didn't want to put out a really bad video. Nick, we're great, slow and steady. Am I okay? Nick wasn't very good because you can't full combo. Can't or like. I don't have him. I use Black Cat, Killmonger, and Patriot. Interesting. I did it with BE, and it was comical. BE. I'm struggling with who BE is. Okay, it destroys him. Okay, the inflated combo okay would be good. Didn't try it, but I thought Patriot. I'm pumped up for. I know nothing about Patriot's buff. I know literally nothing, but just the way he was built and the whole thing, I was like, just give it time. Just give it time. This one's gonna take a little time to mature, but it's gonna happen. Bullseye. Thank you. I use a different abbreviation for Bullseye, but I BE also makes sense. I like mine better, but that made sense. Be careful as we do. All right, cool. Let's get into it. I want to just, I'm simply just trying to get his animations down with this. I'm going to see what happens. Oh, I see what you're saying, Ace. Because the auto block, tricky. All right. Those, dude, that reverse controls is nasty. Oh my God, get me out of here. No. Oh God. And is he's like fishing me? What's that little fish thing, dude? I don't want to be fished. This guy's filthy, man. How long does that zone last? That's his SB1, right? I remember his specials being pretty tame to Dex. Um, does the SB1 put that field down? Avoid the SB2. Yeah, that feels nasty, man. That was in like in a non-tent situation. It was kind of fun, but in a battleground situation, I don't think that's going to be very fun. I feel strongly it will be tense, not fun. The SB2 is for the field. Okay, so that bait the SB1s. So he has stall mechanics. He's got chip damage mechanics. Yeah. Yeah. All right. You just got fantastic squad builder, dude. Congrats, and Darkened. What's your? Yeah, I'll write out. This is how I tend to spell bullseye. I find myself very clever when I do that. Okay. I don't remember who the fights were or what's going on, so that's always smart. That's always really smart. And it's all this crowd, huh? Okay. He's not terrible to fight on simple nodes. Yeah, to be honest, I mean, I've said it multiple times because I mean it, that I will not. The node change? Why the node change? Or is this arc overload always been there? I just didn't read the whole thing. Yeah, the arc overload's probably always been there. If I go on the CCP map and like learn to fight a defender, I will make a video. I don't know. There's something about me that like feels like that's fair. The how to fight defenders does not often perform that well unless you're like really early on it. But I think there's something there that I want to keep up. Like, I don't want to just like, I don't want to go get better on that map and not have you all benefit from it somehow. Like, I am still a player of the game, you know? And I don't want to act like I'm not. As I always say, like, this is part of why, of many reasons, I have so much respect for what Simula and MCoC Noob do. You know, they spend so much time in those things and then make, like, outrageously good guides for us all. And I respect that a lot. The nodes do change because spam. Yeah. This has felt, as we've gone through it, this has felt very this feels nowhere near as polished to me, like as what they're putting into the game for the Valiant what's it called? What's the next one? The next one is Ultron. This feels this doesn't, like, part of what I also love about the squad builder is, dude, it is so polished. Like, and I know it feels like it's really simple, but I think it's semi-complex, like, as far as, like, putting it together, all the steps. Like, I know people are like, oh, it's basically poker, and, like, yeah, there's obviously some amount of that in there. I'm not saying there's not, but there is all of the, like, how to fit it into our game. There's little stuff like making sure it, hold on. I don't want to get killed by my own girl here in Kushala. She was trying to hurt me. She was trying to bite me. Is like even little stuff like the fights counting for the super daily event. There's just so much like in the transitions. Like I know it came in the game and it was bugged for. I'm not like totally bypassing that. I'm just saying that like the product itself just felt so incredibly polished. And to me, this doesn't have the same feel. Like this feels like they're still very much trying to figure out like what are we trying to do here with this? And they're trying different things. Where that mode it's like they knew what they were trying to do, and then they spent the time like, and they hit a home run and being like, this is what we're doing. Here's the goals. Bam, it's created. This, much like Nightmare Raids, still feels very like, let's try this and see what happens. I don't know. I'm curious if you guys agree with that. I came to not mind the Valiant Cube. I still would have preferred to keep the last rendition of it. I'm most shocked there's no new title after Valiant yet. That's awesome, Brennan. Where's Brennan? Killmonger really trivialized it. Real? Oh, True Strike passive. That's pretty cool, dude. I love having a Killmonger having a role. He, like when we first, this is like 5 years ago sort of thing, started the tier list. He was a champion that, you know, a lot of the community was like, yeah, Killmonger so high. Like he was very much one of the ones that we took a lot of flack for. Let's call it flack. You get flack on YouTube. And yeah. So it's cool. But I will admit, and as you've seen by the various tier lists, you know, he's fallen out of the meta quite a bit. His damage hasn't held up. There's a lot of reasons why he's fallen out of the meta. The Valiant Q is so mundane and boring. Yeah. Hey, Heinz, what's up, dude? Thanks for being here. Okay. You know, I agree with you on the thoughts on this right now. And one of the ways like that I can say definitively I'm having a similar experience to what you are saying is that I am fully not paying attention at all to what I am doing. Looks like I need to bring in the other class now, maybe? What's going on? I need to bring in a skill champion now? No. Oh, I didn't take out Juggle Nuts. That I'm fully not paying attention to what I'm doing at all. Like, I kind of did with High Evolutionary. And yet, because of the nodes and defenders and stuff, I would not be shocked if at some point in this stream, I get totally trapped. And then I'm frustrated because I'm trapped. But it's kind of like, that's not the fun kind of trap, you know? That's not the fun kind of tough fight or whatever, that it's like, oh, this was so mundane, and then there was something I wasn't expecting. And as a result, I'm now trapped. I don't think that's the enjoyable kind. Hood's miss mechanic is so weird compared to the rest of the game. I really don't like it. Or I guess what I should say, because what I actually mean is, I don't understand why it's so different. I'm glad you came back, Hicks. I generally enjoyed the Valiant EQ this month. I appreciate I continue to test new defenders multiple times. You know what? There is that, dude. That's a good point, right? Kind of to my whole thing about like why I don't want to just go test a defender on CCP, or although he's not on the map. But of course I have, you know, a 7-star High Evolutionary. I can rank him up. So kind of tying it to that point, that actually, yeah, that's, thank you for putting out like a positive thing on it. I really like that. I had not thought of that because I'm just sitting here thinking of it, you know, from the perspective of, am I enjoying like all these little fights? Sometimes I forget that unblockable is not unstoppable. Person, the novelty of the new mode wore off really quickly. The energy cost and ranked aspect to it just don't feel good together. Yet another grind on top of everything else. Not loving it as hoped. But you're for Ace, not that it changes your feedback or the validity of your feedback, but just so I can contextualize it, you are free to play and you grind arena as well, right? Stink, I can't read that. I do appreciate the humor, though. I guess I can read it. I can't read it out loud. Currently in arena, yeah. That makes complete sense to me, man. I mean, I wouldn't have really argued what you're saying because you were providing your perspective. You weren't doing like it's a fact, you know? That makes complete sense to me. Like if I grinded arena, ground arena, okay, but then I can't use them again, right? So I want to be a little careful with this. If I was an arena grinder, yeah, I would probably find very little, or I would potentially even find the mode frustrating, like its existence frustrating, because I would think, shoot, it kind of like what you're saying, like, great, now there's two things I got to grind. I got to grind arena for the units, and then I have to grind this for the rank up materials. And wow, there's a chance I could actually get a 7-star champion for no money. Obviously, time is insanely valuable. So, like, do I need to go for this now? Yeah. That makes a lot of sense to me, man. And I could see the novelty wearing off very fast. Very, very fast in that scenario. The hardest thing about Okoye is yeah, it's just getting her combo down. Or wait, with Okoye, because of her combo, do I not need to worry about the auto block? No, because he still has the mix master sort of thing, right? I'm gonna have to go back and read that. I don't. Essentially, I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, so there's still the auto block. She seems like she's okay for him though. Interesting. I was trying to play her in a mixed master format to begin with. Combos, it's going to be a challenge for me, but I'll get there. If it's required, I'll get there. Okay, so now 2 more Mystics and High Evo. Okay. Would Lumatrix work for this fight? I don't know. Any Lumatrix, any high knowledge Lumatrix people in the chat? We need Germ. We need Germ. Brennan, thanks, Brennan, for answering. I burned through 8 refills in less than 2 hours, which is completely unsustainable. So I would imagine that is a tremendous issue too. Like, again, just the difference. The difference is, I was like, dude, I have energy expiring all the time, like all the time. Which I'm sure is really fun for you to hear. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to rub it in. But I don't think it's from spending. I don't know what the energy's from. It just like accumulates. But I also don't have a mode where I'm spending it. Like, I often test stuff on live server, and I'm just like, well, at least I'm getting to use my energy, so it's not just expiring. I used Lumatrix on run. It was okay, but no real counter. That's kind of Luma, though, right? Like, well, no, Luma does have some RPG elements there, too. But Luma's just, I really like Luma. Maybe after I get decent with Gladiator, I will move over and try to start getting better with Luma. because I have one and I see how good he is. And with my whole theory on Battlegrounds, the less I play it, the more I want my dual threats. The more the game goes on, with the whole like counters and things that they're very clearly doing, the more I want my dual threats as well too. They just make it so much easier. And today's dual threats have, like, I think they're genuinely dual threats. In other words, they have defensive asks that you either need to really skill your way around, or you better have like the counter they're asking for. You know, like I've learned Jean Grey. I've got her down really well. In fact, one of my favorite counters is Guardian. He counters her in a way, but he's not reverse controls immune. I ended up in a match yesterday because I did some BGs off stream. I was like, dude, I played so bad. Like, I was on stream and I play worse on stream. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Whatever. But I was like, I played particularly bad. I want to play some off stream and just see, like, kind of get a little more familiar with the meta. And I ended up in a matchup, and I don't remember if it was a rank 3 or a rank 4 Jean. And I had Shathra, who's obviously not a hard counter, but you know, she's okay, I think, and her damage is good. I ended up in the fight was going really well until it wasn't. And I ended up in a space where I was like, even I can't keep track of the reverse controls anymore. And so I had to start focusing on the reverse controls so much that I threw the SB2 into Jean's shield multiple times, and I think I timed out. In fact, it would be funny for me to go back and look and see how I know I lost, and it went bad. The fight was going pretty good, and then all of a sudden it was going very, very, very poorly. And so, like, and I talk about this on the BG's tier list that'll be coming out tomorrow, actually. Is even if people get really comfortable fighting Jean, and I do think there are some relatively hard counters in decks, I do think she's still going to always have the stall potential. And kind of like what happened to me is as the fight goes on, as nodes get complicated, like she's healing and getting, you have to play around the power drain or burn or whatever the hell it is. Like the reverse controls, it's going to get harder and harder to truly remember what's going on. And then as you start to forget about that, is it possible to die with Rintra? I feel like I'm about to find out. I gotta focus up for a minute. Come on, buddy, crit. No, he doesn't want to crit. I guess Guardian does have crit resistance, doesn't he? Time to focus. Come on, dude. No. All right, whatever. Managed to do it. I managed to kill Rintra. You've ever seen someone kill Rintra before? I have access to energy right now, but it goes so fast in this mode, spending 30 a time for something that takes 3 minutes or less to run. Yeah, I can hear that. Shoot. What's left? All that's left is Shocker and then High Evo. I don't think Nico can get that done fast enough, especially because I use the buff immunity. Better off just reviving. So this is kind of what I'm talking about is this mode. Is Like, I don't know. I guess if you really like get into it, you could get through it. But it's kind of annoying. But again, that's a me problem. Like, that's me choosing to not focus on it. Why did he go indestructible? Don't forget the follow note as well. Oh, that would have been the degen, right? Obviously, the chat and the stream and me looking up don't always line up perfectly. Yeah, thanks, Dark. I appreciate it. What's Stink saying? Oh, it's on. I hate when it does this. It defaults to top chat and not live. I like live so much better. I missed what Stink was saying. Oh, Walking Towards is getting an upgrade? Is there rebalance info out? We'll take a look at that as soon as we get High Evo down. Walking Towards is getting balanced. Rebalanced. He was pretty good. That's cool. I do think it makes sense. I want to read what they have to say on why. Come on, dude. I'm gonna die again, aren't I? Whew, kind of lucked out. Do I watch any anime, read manga? None of the like more serious ones. I'm aware of some. And I don't think any of the stuff I like would probably be considered like true anime or manga. See how Chi is. Who else did you all say you liked for this? Patriot. My Patriot isn't ranked. Oh, you know what? I want to check out Bullseye. Everyone's nearly dead. And Hitmonkey. They're going to shorten his ramp. Okay, that would be really nice. That would be really, really nice. Bullseye. Oh, that's right. That's right. Thank you, guys. Dude, Snoops, please, for the love of God. Please not. There's no way for you to know. There's no way for you to know this. If I see anything about Walking Torres and his toes again, you have no idea how much someone like myself has been subjected to, like, yeah, I don't want to get too far into it because there's no way for you guys to know and I can't explain it. But I could not be more sick and tired of hearing about Walking Torres and his toes. It's like people never saw someone wear sandals before, man. I don't know, man. And again, I realize that's not your fault. I'm not trying to pick on you. Ooh, nice. That was very nice. And if I had waited there, his evade would have come back. Dude, this is nice. Oh, well, I shouldn't stare at the screen while trying to play. Okay. Here's Kabam, dude. Finding a way to give the defenders some value. Very clever. Because I know people think Yelena's not bad for him too, and she's got the combo as well. No, not that. Really didn't have to wait till January. The press to see so seriously, please, guys. I'm begging you. Please, no tickle monster, no toes, please. Like, for the love of God. Yeah. I have a feeling Hitmonkey might be tremendous too. With the simplicity of play, you can play the McMaster thing. He doesn't have. I don't think Hitmonkey's got any combo stuff in his kit though, does he? I don't think he does. Would be surprising. He's a pretty old champ actually. Sorry, yeah, dude, don't Snoops. It's like it's 100% not your fault. And two, I realize I literally cannot explain to you guys. I'm not allowed to explain to you guys why it's so just like all right. I said we would look at the forum posts here. Let's take a look at this. I'm pretty intrigued by this. MCoC forums. Oh, I should bring this up for you all. Where is it? All right, let's take a look, huh? What time is it? 59. Hitmonkey has a lot of hits in his special 2. The crits help. Yeah, you might not be bad, man. Oh, crits thanks to the node accounting for double hits. Okay, thanks, Poplito. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. What's the date today? Today's the 18th. Okay, so that's not it. Why are the I'm just gonna be quiet. Did that say Arnim Zola balance update? Zola's already is Zola that old? I didn't realize he was that old. Yeah, I guess he is. I got him from the Titan, huh? All right, so the Battlegrounds' newest Falcon is Joaquin Torres, was designed to be a well-rounded attacker, using a wide range of debuffs to mitigate incoming damage. I think it's always I think it's important to not be too critical of these because I think it'll just lead us down a really weird path. It's like that's what his debuffs are supposed to do. Counters opponent's threats and enhances damage output. Okay, I guess you should read the whole sentence. While his kit features 2 distinct modes to choose between, Joaquin Torres thrives once he reaches peak performance, allowing him to benefit from both his offensive and defensive themed mode at the same time. Equipped with a few ability targeted at annoying mystics. Flow. That'd be Sasquatch, I guess. Potentially Doom if 7-star Doom comes out. Debilitate Enchantress, replacing the precision buff from Dexterity with a trauma pause. That actually might... I didn't know he had that ability. He might end up being not bad for Nico. We're happy to see his matchup spread reflect his targets, albeit with a varying performance depending on the game mode. While Falcon's performance is in a good spot in quests with longer encounters and a wide range of opponents, we're seeing Falcon struggle to get his loop going in encounters with shorter runway and high pressure, e.g. Battlegrounds. Interesting. Can you guys remember them specifically saying, like, we want the champion to do better in Battlegrounds? I don't feel we've like guessed that, like Shuri. But I don't recall them ever specifically saying that. Do you guys? Am I alone in this? Arnim Zola entered the contest armed with a new spin, blah, 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 blah. Let's get to overall, we're happy with how Zola landed and not making any changes to his kit. That's fair. Joaquin and will be part of our batch 2 update, slated for our 54.1 January build so far. The 2 confirmed champions are... So, I actually kind of want to talk about this too a little bit. I believe I understand their stated reasoning for this. Not only do I think I recall it, but I also think I understand the logic behind it. Is like, look, our balance department is heavily involved in so many places in the game. They're vital. All things being considered, I think the balance team does a phenomenal job. Yes, I'm aware of Serpent. Okay. You're like, not all mistakes are the same. I agree. But I do think the balance does a phenomenal job. We're seeing all the various buffs. We're seeing the event, like, isn't the event next month? It's like the updated reunion event. And I can't help but think that they are heavily involved in all of that as well. And so in order to make the load less like heavy all the time, basically, they've moved to this system of balancing out the balance updates. I didn't mean that at all. And yet, I wonder if there's going to be some knock-ons from this. One is, like you all are pointing out, like, dude, we have to wait till January for Joaquin Torres. Meanwhile, he's in a Titan, and he's been there for a while. Very similar to, like, Patriot, right? I also think this is, again, I talk about, like, optics or the way things play out versus, like, the facts of it and how those aren't always the same. And I think it's important, if you're interested in community sentiment, to, like, consider both. And here, I don't think we need to have this up anymore. We can always come back to it if we want. Those aren't always the same, right? And one of the things that's going to happen is in August, we're going to get all of those buff champions for the event. We're also going to get buffed MCoC. I can never remember what's public or not. There's another buff champion coming, right? And Patriot. And one of the things that I feel like sometimes I hear Kabam lament is, well, no, I don't know if I ever hear them lament this, but I believe it's something that is lamented, is that this champion is now in the game, but, like, no one's paying attention to them, or they're not getting the credit they deserve, or they're better than the community realizes. And it's like, because you literally have put 9 new ones. Actually, when you include what will probably be 2 new champions in August, there will be 11 new champions for the community to play with and try to evaluate, including the YouTubers. And, like, that's a significant load. And so when I think about the hours and time that the balance team puts in and trying to, like, spread out their effort a little bit, I'm not sure what the right way to put it is. What ends up happening is it feels like, yeah, that may have happened, but the effort they're putting in is having less effect on the players. So they're doing the same amount of work, it's just spread out, but what the players are actually able to see, experience, and appreciate has actually been lessened because we're getting hit with all of it at once, as opposed to spread out month to month. I mean, yes, thank you, Yondu was announced. Okay, I was pretty sure he was, but I was like, I don't want. I take my NDA pretty seriously, and I was like, I don't want to be that guy. And so it just feels like, I mean, you guys remember when it was like Kingpin and 2 other champions, their buff came live. Now that's only 3 champions, and people were calling Kingpin a miss. And I just wasn't as good at YouTube then. I just really wasn't. I wasn't as good at explaining my thoughts and all that. And I was like, I think Kingpin's really good. I think he's like seriously amazing. And it took the community a long time to catch on to like, no, Kingpin's so good, we don't have him as a 7-star. Feast or Famine, yeah, Old Man Easy. And like, it's kind of like even right now, like some of the guys in my alliance are like, dude, it really feels like we've got like way too much to do right now. And I feel badly for them, because I think they're not wrong. I have a YouTube channel, and even I'm a little like, I'm struggling to do all this content and get out videos, So I understand it, and it's just something a little smoother feels better than literally 11 new kits to learn, and appreciate, We'll see. We'll see what happens. Rahan, what's up, bud? Thanks for being here, dude. I want to say Yondu. Yeah, thanks, guys. I was pretty sure on Yondu. I just like there was some for some reason I had a doubt. You want him to do well versus Enchantress? I also want him to do well versus Enchantress. So we have that in common. And yeah, the buff is so far away. They must have their reasons. It just, did you guys ever try? Will Nick get rid of? I don't want to test it because. Okay, so I was talking about how Kabam. I understand why they write things the way they do. It's just can be really difficult to understand sometimes. This is a great example. Is if they just put a degen on you, right? Because as players are like, oh, you get a degen, it's brutal. Don't do it. If they just put a degen on you, Nick would get rid of it in his second life. So they can't do that. And so they have to write something like this nonsense that's up here. We're like, why don't you just write that like we're gonna die, And I was like, oh, I want to try to like cheese my way around it with Nick. Because America's, can't stun, so it's not really good. Yeah, thanks, Darkin. Looks like other people thought of it too, huh? Actually, I should get in as many of my elements as I can. Let's see if we can prevent it from throwing another special. Yeah, I should have done this the first time. Yeah, much better. Should have done that the first time. Just wasn't thinking it through. It was worth a shot. Yeah, dude, it was definitely worth a shot. Fun. Chancellor Groot. Yeah, it's getting more and more specific to drop Nightmare Defender, then release a bunch of counters in coming months. It's frustrating. Thank you for sharing that. And keep your ears out. Keep your ears out. That's a saying that people just don't use enough. For a podcast from me and some of the Illuminati, the Spreadsheet Wizards, who are part of the Illuminati. They're like their own little separate division within the greater Illuminati bubble. But on this very topic, and a variety of players have, to the shock of no one, different appetites for it. And I will admit, and I hate admitting this, but it is accurate, and I'm going to be accurate and honest, that I'm starting to kind of enjoy it. Like, and I'll explain why if High Evolutionary ever throws a special one. If he does, I will explain it. If not, you can blame him. It's monstrosity of a man. And the reason why I'm starting to enjoy it, as I take I take my like the top 10s and my rankings of champions pretty seriously. And one of the things I've been talking about lately is like broader meta shifts and how champions have always been good. This is particularly in the tech class right now. They've always been good, right? But because of the defenders and the increase of champions coming out in the mutant class, many with like asks, like very clear asks, like, and they're not like skilled around asks. Like if you have the wrong champion for Captain Britain, you're gonna die. You're very much gonna have a very bad time. Or Dust is one. You know, you can get the fight over faster with Dust with certain champions. Onslaught's starting to push the envelope a little bit. Like I like my like 3.5 and 4 defenders. Those are my favorites. If it was up to me, you know, there'd be a lot of Dusts and Red Skulls running around. So I want to be clear. I'm not asking for a bunch of Serpents. Serpent, I have said many times, do you have to create all the design space in one champion? I think I don't enjoy it, and 2, I think it's really negative for the game. Like as someone who's very interested in like the player experience and it being relatively smooth, I think as someone like Serpent, like I like my defenders to create like a little ripple effect in the pond, you know, with ripples, and we can follow it and kind of have fun, and it feels gradual. Serpent is like a freaking cannonball just being dropped, and half the water is out of the pool and the fish are dying now. And then like every defender has to counter Serpent somehow. And then, you know, it's just like how much of what they're supposed to do went just purely to Serpent? Are they good elsewhere? Like it just feels so outrageously disruptive to the whole game. Where like with what they've done with Mutant, in my opinion, you know, like with Gentle, NTW actually has a defensive threat. NTW, Dust, Jean Grey, and there's one more, and at least I think there's one more, and I'm even Mr. Sinister, and I still think there's one more. That's 5 champions, and what that's done is it's given all these tech champions like Jack-o'-lantern, Ironheart, even Prowler, Guardian, for God's sake. Guardian's like the peak of his value in this game. It's allowed them to have more and more places to be used, and so like that I actually like. I've come to around. I'm like, I need to admit, this is actually kind of cool. It's the Serpents that I'm like, dude, and even like Bullseye. That's why I use a different abbreviation for him than BE. Is I'm like, dude, it's too much, dude. Like, I don't like that. They didn't ask me though. When they were polling CCP members that day, I wasn't present. They never polled CCP. I think that's obvious, but. And so, high evolutionary, based on my limited fighting, he feels to me at the moment, I want to be abundantly clear, at the moment, he feels more like, he doesn't feel like Serpent at all. He feels like a strong version of like that Red Skull Dust style defender. I again, it's so early, so early. I fought him 3 times. In a node, you know, like I don't want to go too far with this, but like a tsunami. Yeah, Serpent is a tsunami, like an absolute. Zeki, yeah, and you know what's funny is like I think that Red Skull might even be pushing the boundary a little bit there too, because there's some metas where like if he's able to just constantly throw the SB1 over and over, you know, you've got problems. Oops. I gotta focus up here. Don't you love when you focus up and you still make the mistake? I'm gonna try to just end this. Cool. Vega, is Jean worth the max sig in your opinion? Not right now. If you have a lot of other good options, champions who are wanting SIGs to, you know, just increase their value somehow. I mean, she as like a standalone champion. Again, I haven't presented the updated tier list to the Illuminati yet. Just I don't mind sharing like what I've done a little bit. Is even with the reconfiguring of the tiers, because I wanted the top tier to truly be like, no, these are like, they're broken, they're awesome, and also they're outrageously meta relevant. If their meta relevance goes down, they'll move to the second tier. The second tier is still like America Chavez is now in my second tier. Just to give you an idea of like how good the second tier is. But I want you to see that like Nico is more meta relevant right now. Like I want that visibly clear to people. That without the Illuminati having seen it yet. So we'll see what they have to say. Jean is in my top tier with Onslaught and Sinister. I have a rank 4, average Sig 1. And based on my experiences playing her, I think she has the kit, like the tools, the flow, all of that. And her meta relevance is as high as it could possibly get in this game. Like it's not possible for it to get higher. And so that's what I think of Jean. And so she's worth it in that way. The reason why I'm saying probably not as a default is she's so amazing at Sig 1 and you can get such great results with her that like I'm leaving mine at Sig 1. Like literally doing what I'm saying. I'm leaving mine at Sig 1 and I have like 20 or 30, I think, generic stones because of that event that are probably going to go into Bastion, or I might just kind of hold. I have my eye on a couple other champions. So it's like about being efficient for me. Even Yelena feels fair. So it's so hard, right? Because it's like, well, in comparison to Serpent, yeah. Like he's... Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like I still haven't even done the full like how to learn to fight her, and I've able to kind of like figure it out. I have the SB1 of A down pretty well. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, I think that sounds right. I don't know. I haven't thought like a huge Yelena yet. I wonder how many tier 1 war players would feel she's fair. Because I think part of it with her is that threat coming online. And so the bigger the health pool, the longer the fight takes, the more you have to deal with that. And I do think if the solution to like disarming a defender is hit their block like once or twice, I'm like, okay, but not to get the combo. Like, don't you have to get all the way back down to 0 from like 100? And I know that's not 100 hits into the block, but that's a significant amount. And if the fight's gotten to that point, she's probably pushed you pretty far to your side of the map. Like, I understand that, like, if I was to do a how to defeat Yelena video at some point, I would say, like, well, now you need to hit her block. But I would do everything I could to avoid saying, now just hit her in the block. As if it was like, now you just put your phone down and it'll take care of itself. You know what I mean? I don't know. When is your podcast again? We're recording Monday night. We'll see when it actually comes out. A lot of the stuff I'm recording right now and next week is going to be planned to kind of try to oversee essentially it's almost a month that I won't be here because I'll be on work trips and then travel. But thank you for asking about it. That's cool for me to know that people are interested in. Yeah, I saw the comment about not liking that she caps attack rating. I think as they try to grow the game, there's just going to be stuff like this that I'm not going to like it because it's going to feel overly manufactured. Like it's part of what I don't like about NTW is she just feel and actually what's his name, Gentle. It's to me, they just feel so like transparently manufactured to like do a thing. And I get it. Like, it's not like I have better ideas, you know? And so I get that in developing a game, at some point you have to basically say, like, I have a reverse card, you know? Like, reverse, you know? And that's kind of how NTW and Gentle feel to me. Gentle even more so. Just feels so clearly tailored to Bullseye. And then she's it's a happy action. Like, yeah, you just hit her block, and then sometimes you accidentally hit her because, you know, she dashes at you and you thought she was blocking, and then she smacks you in the face, and it's fun. Yeah. Oh, and with the attack rating cap, it's like, so here's another example of why, like, no champions, well, one champion. The vast majority of champions aren't actually having their scores on my tier list reduced. It's the reconfiguring of the tiers. And a champion that's going to move down is actually Dazzler. I still think Dazzler is amazing. Like, she's such a great champion. But to me, so totally fits that second tier now. And it's not the only reason. Like, we're not going to chase, like, it's not like every new defender that comes out is going to be like, well, everyone sucks now. They're not good for this champion. We're not going to do that either, okay? And that's why, like, Dazzler is moving to the very top of the second tier. And that's because her meta score has changed. And I think that's exactly what Yelena was supposed to do, is get away from just, like, a mutant being able to come in and just wreck, you know, like, get some prowess, get through your special 2, and absolutely destroy that. It feels like another version of all the safeguard mechanics we're seeing, which I don't love either, just to be abundantly clear. I feel like the relationship between tech and mutant has been very enjoyable for me. Between tech, mutant, and even skill a little bit with Yelena. I think that's probably part of why Yelena doesn't bug me the way some of these other champions do, despite them being similar in power range. The relationship between Mystic and Cosmic, and again, I go back to Serpent, though. I really think this is because of him. This felt more like a tsunami, a tidal wave. And so I have not enjoyed that experience. I love Nico. Nico's powerful as it gets. She's a blast to play. Like, if she's the solution, I really like the solution, but I have not in any way, shape, or form enjoyed the journey to get to the solution. I think I explained that well. Let me know if any of that didn't. Or if you guys can poke holes in it, please do. Like, I would love for that. I'd love to refine my thoughts. What's up, Pop Images? We will have mutants in the game that reverses combo meter soon. I wouldn't. So I'll say it because it's not like Kabam's gonna, like, hear that and be like, that Vega, he's a genius. Let's do it. Like, I'm not that. My ego is not that self-inflated. I was wondering if Kabam's gonna put out a mutant defender soon that you have to crit. Like, non-crits do 0 damage. I was wondering about that. Yeah, as I say it out loud though, I'm like, there's no way they would do that because then skill champions would be good for them. Yeah, they wouldn't do that. That would just be so anti-class will. Forget it. See, it's good to see your ideas out loud. I don't remember what Valkyrie has to do to turn off Unstoppable. I feel like we've gotten pretty close to it. Oh, I forgot about this whole SP3 immediately thing. This does suck. Can we just go back to letting people silk lock each other in Celestial? That's like 100 players. I'm okay with that. I know. So, Ace, that's what I was kind of going for, was like, in order to bring out like we were talking about Iron Man yesterday. And I was saying, like, part of why he keeps falling down my tier list, and it sucks for me personally, because I love Iron Man. I love Tony Stark. He was my favorite MCU character. Pretty significant margin, actually. Namor and Moon Knight haven't been in enough stuff for me. Is he doesn't do the non-crits. He doesn't get into like his damage fast enough. He's great, dude. He's a great champion. I see why they put him out and all stuff. But he doesn't like RPG answer anything. But he does still crit. But he doesn't crit enough to like get the fight over, or to make up for the fact that so often like non-crits are asked for or critting is punished. Where Stark Spider-Man crits so much and they are so huge, he's dominating all over the place. So like I kind of get why Iron Man is where he is. But as Iron Man doesn't have a place, like we talked about this, like Bishop was the big ass. And it's like, you know, Bishop ain't really tearing up the game these days, you know? Have I had a chance to play Titania yet? Very briefly I did. And I have now fully determined, Pablo, here is the obvious, unrefutable truth of Titania. I do think this hurts her a little bit. I again though think it's like I think this affects like 2,000 players, but I do think it hurts Titania's overall Battlegrounds usage as far as like being that highest percentile or tier, because now what's happening is hold on, I don't want to die to Misty Knight if I can avoid it. And she's about to go unblockable and destroy me. Misty, do what you're supposed to do, please. Parrying me was not part of your job description, Misty. What were we talking about? Iron Man. I really had to focus for a minute. We're talking about Iron Man, something. Oh, Titania. So there were matchups, and I believe I've shown this on my channel. I don't think there's like a standalone video for it, where because of her suppression, you could get to your special 3 before the defender, if you could get them to stick. And you needed to manipulate the eye a little bit, but you can see why super high skill Battlegrounds players would want to do this. And they get to your SB3. The problem is you don't get to your SB3 that much faster than defender, so your defender does get there. Well, now that loop is basically like done. Like it's just not. There's no. You can't do that. And I know and I was even someone used to say that. I'd be like, well, if that happens and the defender throws SB3, you're in your haymaker. So like, it's okay. It's worth the gamble. But that's because before it was like a gamble and the odds were still in your favor. It just was going to go wrong sometimes. Now it's like, it feels like 100%. They hit red, their back is on the ground, they throw the special 3. There's nothing that can be done about it. And so I do think that hurts her at the highest tier, the highest level of Battlegrounds. Outside of that, be like, well, just beta special once. And then she's the same. But I do think that the super high tier Battlegrounds players, if they're saying this, I get what they're saying. And I don't think they're complaining for no reason. I definitely do not. Oh, we didn't do that. Oh, yeah, okay. Misty Knight is very low-key annoying to fight. The meta, I don't remember what it was in Battlegrounds, but someone had a rank 4 Misty Knight, and I was like, I can't ban that. Like, if someone's that big a fan of hers, or was willing to go like that off meta, they deserve to play with their Misty Knight, and I bet a lot of people ban them. Well, I should have banned the Misty Knight because she wrecked me. They placed her on defense. Oh my god, she destroyed me. It was pretty awesome. I had a good laugh about that. All right, let me focus on this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit down and just kind of learn about his auto block because I thought I did a good job of avoiding it. And I think it's pretty obvious I did not. I also would imagine this is going to absolutely melt his face off, though. Remember, you heard it here first. Okoye is very good. No one else has ever told you that. Only me. What champ uses Tactician? Tactician is hurting, man. Did anyone answer that question? Yeah, Pop's kind of got to it. I'm sorry, Darth. Like, this has been a bad run for Tactician. I don't know why Kabam hates them so much. They must have done something wrong. They must have leaked. They must have leaked a champion or something. Spot is super annoying this go around in raids. Any tips? Don't hit him when he's invisible. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I used Ironheart. She's been my girl. She was pretty good. I also know the node itself can matter though. So like someone saying this champion's amazing here doesn't necessarily ensure that they're amazing and on a different path. But Ironheart's been very good. Been very good. I have needed my alliance mates to give me charges though. She hasn't been able to like face roll it, so I don't want to overstate how good she's been. But she's been very, very good. What I was told was that Iron Man in Purgatory. I'll be honest, I didn't realize Iron Man was still allowed to be used in Nightmare raids. Is that right? I thought he was out of the pool. But that's probably not correct from my standpoint. Yeah, I have my R4 Venom and Tactician Rage. Did nothing to get. So it feels like Serpent's another option, right? I feel like I'm seeing quite a few people saying like, I finally found a place where Serpent isn't great. and that is, he still is. Oh yeah, okay. So the advice I got here, hold on, let me pull it up. And this guy's really trustworthy. I've known him for a long time. Where is he? They used Iron Man, Purgatory. Oh, didn't mean for that to happen. They used Iron Man, Purgatory, and actually, ironically, Venom. But he does say that like Venom did very little of the work. It was mainly Iron Man and actually Purgatory who did the hard carry. Oh, that's right. Brennan's had good luck with Chill too. So Ace is saying Titanium's been crushing it. Okay. Good reasons not bring Iron Man against the previous bosses. That must be why I actually thought he was no longer even in the pool. How long have we been going? Not that long. I didn't mean to go to SP3. It'll be fine. Devil Exports is your choice when rotation's been hitting the cap. What role is he, Stink? I've had multiple people not only ask, but even advise. They're like, dude, you got to put out some raids content because people are struggling. They're confused. And I'm being very honest. I'm like, yeah, I'm one of them. And by the time I was sure that like Ironheart was really good, I'm like, it's not helpful to anyone for me to put it out today, you know? But she continues to be really good. Being fully forthright, my alliance, when it's a new boss set, is our rule is wait. Wait until we've seen I'm not trying to be a dick here, but like wait until we've confirmed that like this is working. You know, we're pretty friendly with the 4 Loki and SSX guys. And, you know, 2 of the Illuminati members are in GT40. So it's like, it's not going to kill us to wait like 2 or 3 hours to join. Let them go in and test stuff. And if something's like horrible, they'll let us know. What's up, Boris? How you doing, man? Thank you, Depression. Joe. There's a small part of me that thinks you're being sarcastic, but I'm going to let it go and just pretend you're not. Super Scroll is immune to Incinerate. The other day, I thought I had totally trapped my opponent. And I had set it up so that I would use Nico in round 3, and I was trying to get like some Nico footage. And I was like, oh, this would be really cool. I'm going to get to show everyone using like all of her pre-fights. If you don't know what I'm talking about, one of the ones towards the bottom is replace personal poisons with incinerates. It was against, I know who it was against. It was against Colossus. And dude, how often do you fight Colossus, right? It's like once every 8 months, there's a meta where he's a good defender. And so I was like, he's got to be poison immune. So I'll switch it over to incinerate. Well, I'm sure a lot of you are like, dude, he's incinerate. I didn't know. I had forgotten, okay? I had forgotten. Cut me some slack. Oh, my God. And needless to say, I lost that matchup. I kept his armor off the whole time, but I could not damage. Oh, so funny. So funny. Whoa. Oh, is that? I wonder if you could actually kill your own, like, defeat your own attacker by using her heavy when she doesn't have enough life. I started to use it and I realized I only had 5% health. And I quickly pressed my SP3 button before the heavy could end. But I saw the health bar jump to 9. I wonder if like you must get the adrenaline before the health gets removed from the heavy. I really thought, I was like, I'm about to lose this fight. I know it's my own fault. Greetings. What's up, MCoC? How you doing, bud? How are you doing, man? I hope you're doing really well. Thank you, Brennan. Someone's got to do it. There's 300 champs in the game. We can't remember. Oh, dude. Absolutely. And I loved laughing at myself because I was so sure that like I had played the whole matchup being like High Evolutionary, you can't like ability accuracy his junk, right? So Silver Sable's no good. Bullseye was fun. I like the idea of having a place to use Bullseye. She's ability to switch up her strikes in combo is part of what I love about her. Let's give her just a little go there. She's not going to have anything for combo, though. Do you believe you're right about Sable? Yeah, I think he's got some ability accuracy protection in there. At least I thought he did. He might not. I want to try Chi. had the spacing wrong, but that was fine. Yeah, if I had the spacing right, she's melted him by now. He's dead because we would have done the good work against his with the leads. Another one where I was just too early. He could melt this. I'm not sure she's generically quote unquote good for him though. But she could melt it for sure. That's actually pretty cool. And in a short enough fight, I think she could get him down without the problems coming online. I do that often with Colossus. I don't fight him often. He has so many immunities. I forget which. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you just like, dude, it's like every, you know, it's whenever they do a power burn meta, essentially, or something with armor. Any thoughts on the new key format? It's fine. Like, I don't love it. I don't hate it. I think the whole like two paths thing, it gives like the feeling that it's longer or more monotonous or boring or whatever term people have used. I think I'm going to jump over to Battlegrounds to show you like how much I'm loving it though. I think we're going to jump over to Battlegrounds. If I'm playing like crap, we'll move to friendlies pretty quickly. Congrats to my alliance, dude. The guys just continue to crush it. Everyone's doing their thing. I mean, we started this just like 3 months ago, and you know, we're overpowering our opponents right now. We're in-game accounts, so that part's not exactly shocking. But and of course, we're not enjoying I mean, if you look at our kill amounts, like no one's having fun with that. We're not like masochists or whatever the term would be, right? But we're already in. I think we were in gold 1 when I checked the other day. We were like very safely within. Yeah, very safely within getting Mysterium, and yeah, we're gonna. I mean, unless something dramatically happens, and it's not like a sign of like being cocky. It's just kind of the way it is. We're gonna end up in platinum somewhere this season. And we're still not really at a place where we're reaching similar level accounts. But the guys have been like calling out their fights, doing all the thing. We're taking it seriously so we can get our practice in, our reps. We're handling nightmare raids. It's going really, really well. Yeah, Brian, we're overmatching people pretty bad. We're overmatching people pretty bad. And but we did go ahead and put together a pretty real defense. Like it's fully here. I can show you guys. It's not like the secret sauce or something. But you can see it's a full defense, and like it's current. I mean, we're in-game players, you know, like it's not a retirement alliance. I found myself needing to say that a little bit because I've had some people apply where I'm like, I want to be clear, this is not a retirement alliance. It might be retiring from tier 1, but these are active people who log in multiple times a day. Like our chats are very active, sharing information. Like multiple people in the stream chat right now are actually here and answering questions and stuff. But if you look at our defense, a lot of these are rank 4s. Probably a few rank 3s in there spread out. And so, you know, in gold 1, it's tough. It's tough. It's not a fair fight. So I think we'll probably get to some fair stuff once we hit what's it called, platinum, right? What's up, MCoC Encyclopedia? Yeah, you know, we've all got our jobs to do, man, and you are doing yours. You are doing yours extremely well, my friend. Yeah, Rudra, exactly. You know, and so I think people probably like don't even necessarily try. They just try to clear them out and get through it. You know. And like I said, no one, literally no one. In fact, there's been a couple actual conversations where people are like, dude, I actually feel really badly. Like they almost seem stuck against this defender. And we're like, there's nothing we can do. Like it sucks, you know, but we're trying to win. We'll get through it and we'll get out there. But I'm really proud of the guys for how we're doing it. Like everyone's got to collaborate and coordinate and work on it. And everyone's been doing it. It's been going really, really well. All right, so we'll do some battlegrounds. Like I said, I played off stream yesterday because I was like, dude, I just played so bad on stream, which is normal. And cleared up. I obviously got some wins. The meta's kind of, it's interesting. I'm not a massive fan of it. I do think in like a year, there's a chance metas like this feel a lot better because the game is continuing to progress and there's more and more RPG answers and asks in the attackers and defenders. And so if something like this comes up, you're a lot more likely to have multiple champions ranked up for it. But we'll see. I might be being a little too optimistic. But my sense is that's what's happening. That's what's going on. We'll see. I was terrible. Yeah, dude, we all go on. And Brent's a great player. So, yeah, like I said, if I start playing really bad or we're tilting or something like that, we'll go directly to friendlies. I intend to do friendlies anyways today at some point. So, yeah. So if you're interested in a friendly, stick around. Hey, OG Highland, what's up, dude? Did you all ever figure out raids? Yeah. We're matriculating. We're progressing down the paths. And it looks like everyone's going to 100%. So it was good. It struggles good. And it looks like Kabam fixed up some stuff, right? Everyone saw that message. So I'm going to focus up a little bit here. And like, obviously, I'd much rather have my roster than their roster. I have a significant roster advantage. But one of the things I do like about metas like this is I think it decreases that advantage significantly. And so I think it allows people who are playing really smart, who put in the effort, who are hustling to beat someone like me. And I think that's cool. I genuinely enjoy that. I think it's a little early for Iron Man. I mean it. I think Stark Spider-Man is he's one of the few champions left that I think truly feels broken in this game. And I might just put out the showcase. I'm still getting used to really doing the things with him, and he's so outrageous that in like almost every fight I use him, I'm like, wait, he actually can do this. And in the realization, I make a mistake, and I'm like, crap, like that's not going to be perfect for the showcase. And I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I'm just going to do away with that and just put it out and just be like, okay, imagine I didn't make this mistake. Because he's just so, he genuinely still feels like broken. I think it's more than Human Torch. He's insane, like what he can do. So Brian, this meta is very unfriendly to Guardian, very unfriendly. Because what's happening is they being the defenders getting too much time to heal up. So the SB2 is taking, like, I put it out on my socials on Blue Sky and then in my Discord server, like a Jean Grey surviving at 1%. And that sort of just keeps happening. But he's awesome. He's been great as far as a rank 4 is concerned. I could not be happier with him. I didn't do it for this meta. That felt good. That felt really, really good. Did we still get down to 80% health? Oh, 94. That felt really good, though. Was that a rank 4 serpent? You guys let me know if there's a better strategy on that fight. Thanks, Pablito. More than Human Torch? I know, dude. It's shocking to me, too. He's at least in that category of, like, you're like, dude, there's no way he should be doing this. Like, I can't imagine that they being Kabam thought, and that's kind of like where I'm left with Broken. We've talked about this a lot of what does it mean to even be broken in this game anymore, right? The game's so big, and I think they've developed it exceptionally well. You know, there's moments of frustration for us, but if we stuck with it, I think it's continuing to go in a good place. Okay, let me focus up so I don't do this to myself here. I've got a nice little matchup going. I'm gonna have to place first next time though. Okay, so they're gonna end up with yeah, right there, I think if I was a better Stark Spidey player, I would have used him. And he would destroy this fight. And no, I'm not kidding. It's wild. Damn, I was really hoping for the armor not to come back. The accidental striker really came back to bite me there. I didn't mean that striker. I know there's a chance it looked like intentional, and it was not. All right, we came up with the win. I was really enjoying the ensnare. I think it's only a 30% ability accuracy reduction. I was really enjoying the ensnare. Cause the armor up not to come in. Especially with the content, I would have used Starkey for this photon. Yeah, it was. So I have a fight with a Stark Spider-Man. Mine's obviously rank 4 against a rank 4 Sig 200 photon in this meta. If I might be confusing it with a couple Bullseye fights, but I'm pretty sure. I know it's good. It's just I can't remember if I make one mistake or two, but I make a mistake. And the mistake obviously takes off a lot of health, but the time in which he gets the fight done is outrageous, especially in light of she's healing. And there's multiple points in the fight where I literally can't hit her. Like it is ridiculous. It is. I get why, like if you watch, like not a quantum, but if you watch like a celestial level player stream, I get why they're just like ban. And that's why there's so little footage of our rank 4 Stark Spidey. Just because the people who have him, he's constantly banned. Like I get it. Dependency. Obviously I play a lot better when I focus, so I'm going to focus up. But if I forget what your statement, will you write it again in between matches or remind me? OP champ is a champ. So I used to have like pretty clear thoughts on difference between OP and broken, and they're like blurred now way too much. I still don't have Luma down well at all. I would actually, I kind of respect that Ironheart too much to ban her, but she's so good that like it's not really that surprising to have a rank 4 Ironheart. So I would have normally banned her actually, but the Luma tricks, if I don't have my Jean Grey, I probably wouldn't do too well. Yeah, Colossus, dude. If you didn't know what was going on, to be like, oh my God, Colossus at rank 1 is just as good as all these rank 4s. Everybody's got him. Yeah. There's going to be some people not having the right context and definitely taking the wrong idea. I should have taken bones for the photon. Do you guys ever do that? You place a defender, then change your mind and do it a second one? And if you do, is it actually you're like, oh no, I should play someone else, or is it a strategic move? I've wondered about people who do that, being like, was that actually like a smart strategic move where, you know, if they place a defender and then kind of change their mind, you know, your opponent starts to think you're going to place one champion and then do the other. In this case, I truly changed my mind. All right. I'm going to try really hard not to mess this up. I have messed up every single fight with him as far as it not being perfect. And I know this is only a rank 3 Sig 100. That should not happen. That should not happen. Again, I know that's a rank 3. I understand that. I'm telling you, against a rank 4, it does not look that different. Like, I don't. I love it. You know, I love my OP champions. I love my broken champions. I think they're so fun. Like, as a player, just a person being like, I'm having fun. I don't know if they're healthy for the game or not, but like, literally, she's to make sure that doesn't happen. In fact, I'm gonna clip that. I'm glad I'm recording this. And I didn't even do the step back. I was waiting for like moments to intercept and stuff like that. Dude, Mohammed, I hear you. Seriously, I do. 6-200, and like, there's a chance my opponent's not running inequity. I totally get you. Like, I'm not trying to overstate this. I want to be clear. I am not saying Stark Spider-Man is now like, oh my god, he's going to dominate Photon. He's better for her than like Black Cat and Crossbones. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, I don't think he's supposed to be able to do that. And yet there it is. And I've pulled off fights versus rank 4s that if I don't make one mistake, they look exactly the same. You know, but I hear you. I want to be clear. I'm not saying he's like the best, whatever. I should focus up or I'm gonna lose here. I can't remember how Ironheart gets her Furies or her armor ups. And I also can't remember what she's immune to. But aside from that, I'm good to go. I should go for the win here. And I should have used Fox. But my hesitation on... The cool thing is how her specials only take 45 seconds. What does the light show, dude? You had like a disco? What's going on, man? You're in Ibiza? Venom! Oh, Venom! Gotta love Venom. Gotta love Venom. Rank 3 Venom, rank 4, not that she's the hardest defender in the world, but she lights a disco ball and her specials take 45 seconds. The fight only took 33. That's how good Venom is. This guy, you know what it is? It's not so much that I'm disrespecting Ironheart. It's that you gotta use her on offense, man. She's one of the best attackers in the whole game. I know my opponent's just doing the best they can. They're trying to figure it out. And I had a massive deck advantage. So none of this is intended to my opponent. Venom, such a monster. Pablito, he's like, when he works. Dude, could I have said Pablito more like an American there? Pablito! When he works, it's like there's no one better, dude. Rank 3 Venom with his relic. Remember, everyone, because a lot of people don't know that. They're like, what do you mean the relic? And it's like, the Venom relic is a large part of what you just saw there. It is a large part of what you just saw there. Don't worry, next month there's gonna be a ton of relic content from me, kind of going over it and like how to make sure you're using like your best relic on your best champions, that sort of stuff. Me and the Wizards are working hard on the tier list to make sure it's even more refined as the stat cast relics come into the game, and making sure you're using your battle cast relics on champions like Venom, where it can make that massive difference. Okay. So don't worry about that. But if you've got Venom and you're not getting those results, it's because you don't have the 7 or a 5-star Venom relic would still be great on him. But that Venom relic in the right rune spots. Ace, he does Venom. He does Thanos stupidly well too. So I'm just now learning. Like, I am so new in my Stark Spider-Man journey. As I was like, I can actually pick Stark Spider-Man. I want Stark Spider-Man. My buddy Campo's done so many great videos on him. I want it, if for no reason than nostalgia. I see like what, you know, Ace is often in Celestial and extremely high battles, very extremely high levels of Battlegrounds. I see what y'all can do. I see how often y'all ban him. I was like, I want one. It looks fun. So I took him and I awakened him and I took him to rank 4. And he has just like continued to shock me. And so I'm new to learning he can do Thanos. But it makes sense. Like, that's what I was talking about, the relationship between Tech and Mutant. Is like, yeah, a lot of mutants are asking for non-crit. The thing with Spider-Man is he crits. Ooh, almost said a bad word. He crits so much, and the crits are for so much damage that, like, even against Onslaught, I can, in fights, and it's like, I took a little bit of damage from the Neuro, but the fight's over in like 40 seconds. He's just amazing. And trust me, I'm one of the big ones who's like, Battlegrounds isn't everything, and it's not. He's got a whole stun lock with his SB1, SB1, Striker, SB1, and then you power drain with the heavy, and you're like, if that's not enough, the SB2 hits like a truck with the shocks off of it. Like, he's great in questing too. We'll show that in the video. Because if people ever have that choice, I think they should definitely take Stark, in my opinion. The other two champions are very good, don't get me wrong. And also, if you can do those CCP challenges, you should go out and get it. Starkey autoban, yeah, connect. There was a question I was going to ask, wasn't it the President's statement? I was like, I'm going to get back to that, and then we'll do one more round here. I could have swore that Depressioncito said something. Oh, okay. I finally started unseeing the Okoye Googleas. What is? Can you tell me what that means? I could read that 2 different ways. I could read that as you being like, I finally see how good she is, and the combo's not that bad, and I should do it. Or, dude, she's overhyped, and I'm not seeing her through those glasses anymore. If you're still here, buddy, let me know what you're saying. Could the Cosmic class make rank up decisions any more difficult? No. I don't think any class is easy anymore, dude. Skill is the most, like, here's your... Well, no. I think skill is tough. I think hopefully what High Evolutionary does is he makes it, gives us more roll, gives us more, kind of like I said with Tech and Mutant. The thing is with Tech, there's like 15 champions that are great. I used to see Googlias on her icon when she came out recently. Oh, you meant like literally the PFP. I love how I interpreted it very figuratively instead. Mutant's pretty sure. You think so? As far as like who to rank up, or like who the best are, or both? I have a 6-star Venom now. She's never Venom. Dude, what are the chances of that, of getting the 6-star Venom relic before the 7-star Venom? I guess the pool is so large in the 7-star crystal, it's not really shocking. Oh, okay. Time to focus. Get out of here. You got to go too. See, when I do this now is like, there's the armor up champions I don't have the ability to handle. Yeah. All right. Oh, and see, they knew who to ban too. All right. I think still Deathless Thanos. See you, B. Thanks for being here, bud. What, Pablo? I do think Jean is a lot of fun. I think Sinister is a lot of fun. So, and I can't deny the amazingness of Onslaught. I won't deny it. I can't deny it. I won't deny it. So I hear you. I don't love this in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I'm not upset about rank 4 Sig 180 Serpent. That's not what I meant by that. I want to take Gladiator, but I'm so not good with him yet. And I'd like to try to win. Should have taken Gladiator. Damn it. Didn't I? Try to ban that Sentinel? What the hell? Why is Onslaught banned and not Sentinel? Didn't I click it? Have we hit reset phone time? That's really annoying. What do I have? Banning Starkey and Nico. How rude. And smart, but rude. But smart. I took Spider-Man. Yeah. Yeah, I want to try to focus up because I think this is very winnable. I might have to efficient throw around though, and I obviously have to play well. Dude, already playing dumb. I let up too much. Started going way too slowly. And he got me off the timing of, yeah. Oh, that's frustrating. That's frustrating. Gladiators too, like Adam. So I have thoughts on that. I used to fully agree with that. I'm now thinking I was wrong. I admit. I think I was wrong. Now my opponent's got me on the back foot here. Curious what they do. Okay. Great time for me to get a phone call, eh? Can you guys hear it? I imagine it's got to be a win. I'll be shocked if it's not. The phone call definitely threw me off a little bit. Was that a rank? That was only a rank 3 wrench. That boy's got a big health pool. But I was still like, we didn't even go through her full ramp. I imagine there's a faster way to do that. I'll admit, I have a rank 4. I don't know the ins and outs of Spider just that well yet. I haven't done like a lot of the updated testing. You're calling saying stuff. He's like, hey, move, stop it. I was in the middle of that joke and realized how bad it was. That's why it came out with no heart. I also want to win. I know it's going to happen, and I don't know what to do about it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Dude, throw it. Come on. Why? No! I'm baiting, won't throw it. I'm holding block. He's like, let's throw a special. My only hope is that, yeah, Gene! The real Mean Gene. The real Mean Gene. Winning is fun. That was the bet I was placing, was basically what happened to me using Stotha versus Gene yesterday would happen to them, and it looks like it did. Is they probably started off playing the fight very, very well, but at some point, you know, Gene's not dying, her force field's coming up, although they didn't have to worry about the armor up and the heal, but still, I'm sure at some point it got to them. And then you're just like, dude, my reverse controls, what's going on? And Gene just kills you with an SB2. Natan, thank you so much for being here, dude. And Equity killed me. Oh, that's you, dude? Yeah. Did Gene just like start being an absolute menace? She is a menace, dude. Well played by you. You trapped me really well with Gallon. And I was like, there's nothing I can do. I just have to hope Gene is just like a menace. And she is. She is a menace. But well played, man. Very well played. Gladiator won me that fight, sort of. Yeah. I don't mind this meta. It's restricted, but then again, some attackers you'll rarely use are broken. I should have just gambled on Venom. Doesn't G do... I actually thought of that the other day. Either... doesn't she have some sort of protection against bleed? But you're critting, and she's throwing on all those exhaustions on you. And her shield takes so much of the damage. She's brutal, guys. I really... No, maybe she doesn't have it. I thought she did have a bleed protection. I think her like anti-skill is obviously she's putting the exhaustions on you for the crits. And then she has that whole like turns things into passes and stuff. Either way, really well played by you. I obviously had the massive deck advantage. So really nice job, buddy. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you saying hello. Ollie, it's just, yeah, it's totally by habit. That's not some sort of lame humble brag there. So, okay, I think I hit my Battlegrounds objectives. It appears as though I did not have Battlegrounds objectives for the day. But we do still have our Super Daily event done, which is good. It felt good. I might start doing that more. And I noticed you all didn't seem to mind. Obviously, it doesn't guarantee I'll play well. But I'm going to start trying to focus a bit more when I play Battlegrounds. I don't like not talking to you all. It's not what I enjoy about streaming. But but I do often, when I play Battlegrounds poorly, and I know I could be playing better. You know, sometimes you're like, dude, I'm playing bad. I'm just playing bad. There's not much I could do about it. It's just I'm not on it today. Sometimes I'm like, I'm just not paying attention, and that's I don't know that. I don't think that's good streaming anyway, to be honest. But I find myself doing it sometimes. And today I chose to focus up, and I played a lot better, and that's a lot more fun. And it seems like y'all enjoyed it. I'm watching the concurrent viewers, and it stayed steady or went up actually. So let's do some friendlies. If anyone's already on my friend list and wants to do a friendly, send one over. We'll wait a couple of minutes, and if not, then we'll just start taking them from folks I'm not already in-game friends with. You know, OC, I've chosen, I don't want to ignore your question, because I think in a question like that, it'll seem odd if I just ignore it. I have stopped answering that question. I did answer it a long, long time ago, and like most things on the internet, 99% of the people are like normal about it. Oh, hey, Pablito, do you want to, I'll let you all, you cool if we do victory track? Is that all right? Shoot. Or did you pick Glad Circuit? Because I don't mind too much. I'd rather do whatever you all want to do. Pablito probably stop listening. We'll just do Glad Circuit. Or no, all friendlies are victory track, right? It's been a minute. You Glad Circuit? Okay. So anyways, and on the James, I know you're not being weird, dude. I realize it's a very normal question to ask. But I used to kind of answer it, and some people got really weird about it, and it just was like, I'm not going to go there anymore. But essentially, I obviously have a lot of flexibility in my job, and I essentially work alone, which is part of why I have so much flexibility. Sometimes I have like calls or stuff like that of course I take very, very seriously. But outside of that, kind of do my own thing. Let's see you handle the real Mean Gene, Pablo. Let's see. Oh, you left me my Stark Spider-Man. You're asking for it. Are you hiring? No. I mean it too. Okay, Pablo, I see what you're doing. Pablo's walking me into this gladiator trap. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. It ain't gonna be pretty. It is not gonna be pretty. One thing I absolutely guarantee is it will not be pretty. I truly work literally alone. I'm the only employee. And I can talk about. I'm happy to talk about what I did before that. Is I did graduate law school. I'm a law school graduate, and pretty early on in law school, I determined I didn't think I wanted to be a lawyer. In fact, it was pretty fast that I was like, I don't think this gig's for me. But I was already there, and I felt the education was really, really good, and it has been. It's been incredibly helpful to me throughout my life. And I did try. I did try to like make it as exciting as I possibly could. Because it was a good education, and it obviously was incredibly expensive and a ton of work. Um, oh, Starkey's gonna wreck you. I just don't know who he's gonna wreck yet, but he will wreck someone. Someone will be wrecked. Um, Anyways, I so like one summer they're all unpaid internships. And one summer I internshiped at an inner city law center that essentially took on like slumlords. And that was some of the most rewarding work I've ever done in my life. As far as like the mission and what we were doing and the people we were helping. The whole summer I worked on one case. And obviously I didn't really know what I was doing, right? All right, let's see if I can pull us off against the rank 4. We did against the rank 3. I swear to you guys, though, that like this can be done well. And so the whole summer worked on one case that was particularly egregious. And my recollection is, this has been years ago, is we ended up settling out of court for financially for the plaintiff. And like literally nothing changed. Like the building didn't change. It wasn't cleaned up, nothing. And I was like, I can't do this. Like the lawyers were like celebrating, because they had gotten a lot for their client. And trust me, she deserved a lot. But like nothing real as far as like the other people living in the building, as far as the slumlord housing themselves, like none of that had changed. No, Photon, you weren't supposed to do that. Why are you being such a butt? Yeah, I messed it up. Stupid Pablito, you're proving your point. Anyway, so in that story, I was like, I can't do this. Like, I will be depressed my whole life if I go into this and literally nothing changes. Like, I can't do this. And then, so the other summer, I took the other, like basically the other extreme. I went to school in LA. I went to school in LA, and my brother's an entertainment lawyer, very successful, built a real career, client list and stuff. And it makes sense. He's super smart. He's really, really social, like great guy. And so he helped me get an internship at Universal Studios, not the theme park, but at the production company that makes movies. And I actually really liked a lot of that, man. I really liked a lot of it. It was really cool. It was a lot of fun. I got to go to some like red carpet premieres, and I like movies. I like movies a lot, actually. And I was pretty intrigued by it. A couple interesting things happened that I was like, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Which I don't know. I probably shouldn't go too in depth on. And and then in that second year of law school, I met my wife, my current wife. I have only had one wife, but we're still married. And Pablo's gonna 2-0 me right here. And I was like, I don't know if entertainment law is really gonna work out well. We wanted to have kids and stuff like that. Not that it couldn't be done; people do it. But I wanted to be around a lot and stuff like that. So I tried family law, and again, another amazing position. The school I went to had a lot of pull with people in that area, and I got a great position. But essentially, it was just like helping people get divorced, and I didn't want to do it. There was like just too much negativity for me. What happened there? Dude, this guy's giving me fits. Pablo, you're gonna be really upset with me, man. I'm making your boy look bad. I'm sorry. Longest year ever. I've been waiting 94 months for that buff. Pablo, I'm making Gladiator look really bad, Pablo. I'm sorry. Everyone, this is not what Gladiator looks like. I think you all know that, but just in case you don't. Did he go to a special 3? What? That happened twice. Well, there's something about Gladiator I don't know. Because it happened twice. I'm going to reset my phone before we do the next friendly anyway. But it happened twice where I was like, I went to hold heavy to get the stun, and it didn't take at all. Is there something else? Zola doesn't go stun immune. He doesn't turn off ability accuracy. Yeah, I know. So we're moving Gladiator up here. Let me show you why. Take a look at this. 20% of Zola's health is gone. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Nah, it's okay, Pablo. I have a feeling there's something I'm doing wrong. My phone was starting to. That's not why I played poorly. I played poorly anyway. I didn't need the phone's help on that one. The stun just lasted a very short amount of time. Not sure why. I don't think there's anything on the node about that, and I don't think there's anything in Zola's kit. Amazing fight. Thank you, Kana. You know. Look, all you smart asses, go back to an hour 47. You'll see me playing like a superstar. I'm past my prime. I aged very quickly. I have no idea how to explain that. Yesterday, and it happened off stream as well. Actually, I had some weird interaction with Deathless Thanos is unstoppable as well. Shot fired. Let him know. Thanks, Debo. What's up, dude? Thanks for being here. Yeah, you go back. You go back to hour 47. Come in here giving me crap like you know what you're talking about. Oh, you're reminding me now that I'm talking nonsense. I love. Okay, so 33% of the people. So if LeBron took 2 seasons off, because yesterday's stream there was some crazy anti-LeBron, like crazy. Like I was like, I can't even say this out loud on stream because it's like wild. It's inflammatory comments. If LeBron took 2 seasons off in his prime, the Cavs would have. So essentially, you know, what the Cavs have fared without him. Option 1 was been relegated to the CBA. I don't even know if the CBA exists anymore, but it did when I was a kid. 33% of people got the right answer. It's not possible, but still right. Draft lottery, 47%. I'm not a mathematician, but I realize 80% of the people recognize that's how bad that team was that LeBron carried to an NBA championship. So when people talk about how he lost a lot of those NBA finals, it's like, dude, they shouldn't have been there to begin with. Like, not even close. Not even close. So I appreciate that. 80% of you are brilliant. I thought it was high. That's not surprising. I read the comments. I know y'all are smart. Yeah, send me anyone who wants to do it, and let me know if we're doing Gladiator Circuit or the other one, Victory Track. I misspeak those all the time, dude. Like, if in a video I ever say it's a Victory Track, confirm, or I'm like it's Gladiator Circuit, like make sure, because there's a chance, there's a good chance I don't know what I'm saying. I want to practice Gladiator. Because in case you couldn't tell, I'm not that good with them yet. In case it wasn't obvious to anyone, me and Gladiator are not simpatico, I believe is the term. Send you a Victor Track. Thanks, can I appreciate it, dude. That shows you how weak the NBA was then. Can you, if you don't mind, man, I know you can only type, so it's a little like I always feel a little badly asking people to explain a little bit more. But I'm curious, like if you could expound on that a little bit, because I'm not sure I understand, or I'm not sure I follow. Wasn't he at 9 straight finals at one point? I think so. Like, I'm also a massive fan, but I also recall reading like Sports Illustrateds when he was like in high school, so I got to see like early LeBron, you know. And I think a lot of today's NBA fans, they just know like 35 and older LeBron, and that's not going to be the same thing. I see your Nico, man. I'm going to try to focus up on this, okay? Okay. I've got all these R4s in my deck, and the game's like, here, how about some R3s? Thank you to Presioncito. I appreciate it. Again, I'm starting to really wonder if you're actually just being sarcastic the whole time. And you're like saying nice things, but secretly being like, what's up, Tanner? How you doing, man? What's your BG's mastery setup look like? I have moved to, I have 2 points in, what am I doing? This was Victory Track, wasn't it? I have my standard setup, but I took a point out of Stand Your Ground, that 5th point, and I moved it and the extra mastery point from Radiance to Collar Tech. I really love the tech class. I've been meaning what I've been saying on it. And this is an interesting matchup. I feel like you're going to pull like a Serpent on the last pull or something. That's like how outrageous Serpent is like you'll pre-draft an attacker that makes no sense for what your opponent has because they might get Serpent. Like just as a small chance. You took okay to rank 4 yesterday, Chef. Dude, she's so amazing. Congratulations on that rank up, man. Can I show after the match? Yeah, absolutely. And I'm trying to focus up a little bit. I know it sucks. Like, again, this is like truly something I'm going to continue to work on is when I do Battlegrounds to focus a bit more. As much as I enjoy talking with y'all, I think it's more enjoyable viewing if I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. Nefari is a good defender, man. I think in the, like... I'm not sure if he was necessarily intended to be one. But with all of those immunities, and they're, like, unique for his class. Yeah. God damn it. Canuck, how many points do you have in inequity, dude? If you're listening. Aaron, we all saw it coming though, right? We all saw it coming. Shocker is if I could rank 4 champion right now, Shocker's on that very short list. Shocker, Bastion, and Sinister, I think would be my potentially Nico. She gets banned so much even at rank 3. How's he working out for you, Aaron? At rank 4. Collar attack, dude. Old man, easy. I played the game so long with I've played the game so long with Mystic Dispersion at 5 out of 5. I don't know if I'd be able to make the adjustment to not. I truly don't know if I would. And so I don't want to take points out of there. I've got a rank 4 High Sig Fury. I've got a rank 4 Okoye, and I love my rank 4 Chi. So taking points of Deep Wounds doesn't make sense. And so I'm just stuck with not enough points to max out Collar Tech. But even just the 2, I feel like is powerful. My girl doing work. Doing work. What was that? Is that a rank 3 Venom? Yeah. Still, who cares? 2 points for now, 3 soon. That's right, because we're going to get another point for leveling up, right? Pablito Kushala. So good. I think one of the best made champions in the game. Truly. I think she's like just so good. In like the not OP, not broken, getting close to that line, asking stuff out of the players. Like if you play her more skilled, you're gonna get much better results. But without it, she's gonna do a lot. She's got relevant utility. Just a phenomenal character in our game, in my opinion. Dude, your stream keeps crashing, bud. I'm sorry. I think that's all on. It's not crashing here. I know that's not what you're saying. I don't feel like you're complaining about me, but I'm sorry, man. I wish there was some way we could help out because I appreciate you sticking with it and trying to view. Of course. Let me finish this up. I'm paying attention here. I wanna beat this crazy Canuck. All these Canadians acting like they're friendly. We know they're not. We know it. We see the truth. We know the truth. They're nice to our faces, but I'm pretty sure as soon as we turn around, they just throw some maple syrup on some poutine and start talking a lot of mad shit on everybody. I didn't see that coming. See, they're wily too. They're a wily bunch. They're tricksy. They're like Gollum. You've had to reset 3 times? I'm not noticing on my side. I am paying a lot of more attention to what I'm doing though. I think I played this poorly. By I think, I mean I know I did. At least he's not in the chat already saying GG's. That's the worst. When you look up as a streamer and your opponent's already saying good game to you, you're like, I didn't win, did I? Yeah, we're gonna have too little health. And by so little, I mean 0. Damn it, who cares? This is stupid. No one likes this game. I wanted him to win. I felt badly for him. Yeah, good game, crazy Canuck. That's awesome. I was playing well there for a second. Thanks for the match, man. I said we were gonna get back to the chat. What we were talking about Kushala, how great she is. Have you purchased extra mastery? Oh, that's what it was. Thank you. I have purchased the extra mastery point from the store. I literally just actually recently did it. Here's the mastery setup I am using. As you guys know, I take BG seriously. Here's the mastery setup. I show you my boosts. I take BG seriously in that like I want to win, but like I'm not gonna do a mastery setup like just for a meta typically, unless I'm really invested, and which is Pretty rare for me these days. So I just run this. This is my Alliance War default. This is just default what I run. Like I said, I have a rank 4 Chi. I have a rank 4 Nick Fury. I have a rank 4 Okoye. I run deep wounds. Like, I just do. It's great for all of them. I think it even is great for Chi, to be honest. And then on the defensive tree, this is the new one. Is the 2 points into Collar Tech. It's been really nice. I love the tech class. I think they're insanely powerful. The mutants have given them more like jobs to do, basically. So it's really relevant and it is helpful. Like, it is. I wish I could. If I could, I would max it out. As you guys have pointed out, hopefully relatively soon there'll be a 3rd point. So I'll put it right into there. Where the 2nd point came from, though, because the 1st point's from Radiance, where the 2nd point came from is here. I know a lot of people don't do this. But I did. I liked actually running 5-of-5 stand your ground, especially when I'm not locked in. I'm very prone to taking a heavy. Like, it doesn't happen all the time, but it does. And there's champions I have like Chilth or like against Zola where I'm baiting a heavy. I'm trying to find an opening. And so sometimes I take a heavy and it helped me out a lot. And of course it makes my defenders just a little bit more of a menace, a little more menacing. But I've felt so far, if I'm playing Battlegrounds, I should be trying to really focus like that. That's more of an insurance policy sort of thing, where this is like almost every round or every match I do, I have some sort of tech champion. It's even helpful on defense, can trip people up a little bit. And then of course, inequity, as we said, which Canuck, you are running full inequity, I assume, right? If you could confirm. To answer your question, Igniter's maxed out. So dude, yeah. I mean, I don't know how funny you'll find it, but Shocker was like, was it like 6% or something from one-shotting the Nefaria, but there was 4 debuffs on me, I believe, at the time, and Nefaria was red, so it was pretty cool to see Inequity come in and play in that well. And then I run 5-of-5 Mystic Dispersion. I know a lot of people would actually consider taking points from here. Though I know I haven't asked anyone in a long time. But there were like extremely high tier players who ran like 3-out-of-5 or 4-out-of-5 MD. They felt like it was too much. I feel like Kabam has done a really good job in the champions lately that are mystics, of course, only mystics, that would shoot to SP3, and you don't want that. Like Shathra and White Tiger both have mechanics to keep them off of it. Isophine, I know not everyone loves her. I think she's pretty good. Has the fractured toolbar or whatever it's called, or power bar, so you don't have that issue. Yeah, and you can control it more. Actually, Mystic Dispersion works differently with Kushala. So I think a lot of these champions, they don't have that same concern. So I still like 5-out-of-5. It helps my defenders quite a bit. I could take points from there to go to Collar Tech, but I've played the game with 5-of-5 Mystic Dispersion since War Season 1, and so to not, I think, would really mess me up, and it's a change I don't really want to make. Elbows up with the Canadians, yeah. I'm in the same boat. I don't switch my masters much. Probably should, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I never say never. If there was a meta, or I don't know, you never know. This game's been going 10 years. Maybe in 5 years, I'm like, okay, guys, I'm back. I want to be a Celestial level Battlegrounds player. I want to do it. Like, I finished there a couple times. I know I can do it again. God, I don't know what's going on in my life where I've made that decision. But things will have to have changed a lot, I think. I could see like switching masters or something like that just for a certain meta. But I don't know. It's not you, Vegas. It's some BS with YouTube. I'm sorry, man. YouTube, like, it's like, dude, you guys have like billions and billions and billions of dollars. Like, how? Aaron, you're saying it's your YouTube app as well. Okay. Yeah, making me laugh. I'm going back in the chat quite a bit because I know I missed a lot. Truth, what's up, dude? I see those eyeballs. What's up, man? Thanks for being here. Speaking of good Battlegrounds player, go back to an hour 47 in the stream. You see me playing well. Don't pay attention to now. It's not worth it, man. Shout out to Collar Tech. I think it's a great mastery, and the class is so good. start maining pun. So, dude, here's the thing: don't get me wrong. I think Pun 99 is still an amazing champion. Maybe there will be a Battlegrounds meta where I could really utilize him, but I've got so many. How long have we been going? Oh, shoot, we went way over. We're gonna chit chat for a little bit, and then I gotta go. I had too much fun streaming with you all. I was like, I'll do about 2 hours today. 3 hours later. This class is so good that I took 2 to rank 4 after doing my top 10 in each class. Neither of the 2 I took to rank 4 was in the top 5. Obviously, I didn't know what Kabam was going to sell in the Heatwave sale. So I didn't know Stark Spider-Man was going to be there. That wouldn't have made him be in my top 5, but like I didn't know that was a possibility. And for me, it was a little bit of a luxury. And then I've gotten to play him and I was like, dude, I think he's more broken than Torch. I really mean that. And then Guardian, I recall saying in the video, and I've said multiple places, like he's like the first champion I ever tried to seriously cover in this game. They're really bad. If you want to have a laugh, go back and watch it. Because the reason why they're funny is because I'm not trying to be funny. It's not satire. It's genuinely me being like, and he's really good because like you can block a lot. And then you throw your SP2 and they die. Like, I knew the words I wanted to say, they just weren't coming out. And he's awesome, man. I've only got him at SIG 160, which is really high. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying only is because there's a massive benefit already. And there's actually, I went and looked at Country Zong today. There's actually a huge jump even in the next 40 SIG levels on all of this. I took a hazard shift, bleed, and I think it's incinerate node. And I'm going to show it in the showcase on him. And like, yeah, it's tier 5, but dude, more people play tier 5 and below than play tier 4 and above in this game. And so I think it's really relevant to people. And he's just like laughing at the debuffs. He's like, what is this nonsense? It's amazing. It's awesome, man. Oh, anyways, and the whole point was, I would love to take up a lot of champions, but I think Sinister's on the short end. But then I get here and I'm like, dude, I want to take up Shocker, dual threat. Like that's a bigger and bigger role for me in Battlegrounds. Red Skull, who I've loved for like, once I ranked him and got him, I was like, dude, this guy is insane. Bastion is amazing. Not really a dual threat though. So I don't know. I'm not sure where he's going to be in line. Ironheart, I would love to take her rank 4. People keep telling me I don't think Future Ant-Man's as great as the Illuminati does, but like to a T, they all agree. And I'm like, okay, all of them are probably right, and I'm probably wrong. So maybe it's him not being at rank 4. I don't know. Dude, Canuck, I played like butt against Fury, man. Your Fury owned me. What's up, Beguile? How you doing, bud? I have Doom and Black Widow Clairvoyant. Does Nico add something? Yes. Darth. I mean, don't, based on the way your question is, I'm assuming you're not Valiant. And I never recommend, dude, I never, ever, ever recommend opening these crystals. Ever. Okay. So don't do that. I don't know if Nico's in them or something like that, but I know she came to the featured 6-star. And yes, I know that there's crossover with Black Widow Clairvoyant on the buff immunity. And there probably could be scenarios where Black Widow Clairvoyant will be more helpful to you, but it's going to be pretty rare, pretty unique, and pretty niche. Nico is a monster. She is a monster. She's the most meta-relevant Mystic champion, and she's just as good, even without like meta things going on, as your, well, Doom's pretty insane. But she's in that class. She's in that tier. Absolutely. Are you going to make a video on 7-star Mr. Fantastic? I hadn't planned on it. I could. Are you all interested in seeing one? He's good. I feel like it'd get a similar response to my Maker video, which is a big reason why I haven't made one. They're like really good champions that probably aren't going to be that great in Battlegrounds. The Maker has a small chance still. He's still new. he could end up being he could end up having a role, especially as Betsy Braddock, Captain Britain, comes into the game. He's a hard shutdown counter for her. He's the only one who I think has like all the tools, because she's asking for cowardice, she's asking for non-crit, and I think you don't want to shock her, if I recall correctly. And we're not seeing the 7 stars in Battlegrounds, and he's got all of that. I think a little bit of it's going to be his play style, like anything with like the mine, you know, like a meta or an AI can make that really difficult for you. I'm talking about like higher tier Battlegrounds. And so I think the response will be very similar. There'll be the people who aren't that interested in Battlegrounds or not interested in high tier Battlegrounds who are like, dude, this champion's pretty sweet. I'm pumped up on taking them on quests and things like that. And then there's some people who are interested in Battlegrounds who are like, dude, they suck, you know? And it's like, for their purposes, they're right, you know? And so when trying to decide between which videos to make and where to put the time, the new champion in Maker felt good because I want everyone to have that information. Mr. Fantastic, it's like, I don't know. Yeah. He's going to be good. And he's a good synergy partner. He's a great synergy partner. He's a good champion. I don't know if what he does is ask for that much in our game, though. So that's the thing, right? Like, just like Science needed another defender to kind of like help give more jobs to the skill champions, Mystic's the same way. You know, I don't think people have fully caught on to how good of a defender Nico's going to be or how much you're going to want like a very specific answer to her. But outside of that, you know, people have kind of solved Sasquatch and Rintra. They just have really big health pools. Enchantress is like, you know, an RNG machine, but we've got Spider-Woman. You know, sometime in the year 2030, I think Joaquin Phoenix's buff will go live. So we'll have a good answer that way. So I wouldn't be surprised for another Mystic champion to come out, a defender, and that'll give some more roles to some Science champions. If there's like some really big power gain or something like that, you know, Mr. Fantastic could be get a little bit of bump. But Science is so strong too. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. I do think, no joke, I kind of want this to happen. Sometime between now and like, I don't know, 6 months from now, you mathematicians will be able to tell me what that is. I hope we get a Mephisto and Dormammu buff and entrance as 7 stars and they're Nova Flame immune. I want that. I want that very bad. Still waiting for Stealthy. Yeah, Bagel, right? That's another great call on like the skill champions and like a job to do. And they could come in and make a difference, I think, in the game, even on a higher tier. I assume that's what you mean, because I know you're a really high tier player. It's a bummer how my favorite 6 stars have been paywalled to 7 stars. Couldn't agree more. I'm gonna until we know. That's what it was on a stream where it was refined. I think it was Old Man Easy and a couple others who were really like, dude, we get the whole like not claiming the 7 stars, but like claim them, you know, and then just don't level them or rank them. Like I have Torch, but I'm not gonna rank him, not gonna level him, and I'm sure as hell not gonna play him until Kabam makes it clear when he's coming to like some sort of crystal for everyone to get. I don't like it. I get it, and I understand, and I still really love the game. I love playing the game. I love covering the game. I even think Kabam does a good job, honestly. Big picture, I think they do a very good job. But this is a sales technique, and that I don't particularly like, and so it's my own like opting out. Bro, honestly, Sinner's a waste of a heart. Why, man? Why? Nah. Come on. I'm curious why you say that. If you don't mind, this is the second time I've asked you to expand. I'm sorry, man. Power Force Stealth would be illegal. Sometimes illegality is fun, man. Still get caught. I'm doing all right. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Bagel, thanks for being here. Nico's OP. She is. Rest in peace hunt videos. I know, man. I know. You know my whole spiel and why I don't do those anymore. At least I think you do. If you don't, let me know. I'll give it. But I think most of the chat probably knows why I stopped doing those a long time ago. Although we might hunt Mr. Knight. I meant it. I loved the TV show Moon Knight. I know a lot of the fans didn't, but I did. And I campaigned for Mr. Knight. I'm pumped. I just treat Valiant. Okay. I just want lack of Mystic champions. So again, I don't spend your money on any of those things, man. Don't spend your units on it. Like the stuff will come. The 7-star crystal. I know there's some bad champs in there now, but there's still so many good champions, and just by playing, you're gonna get more and more 7 stars. So just ain't no one ever felt badly spending money on their hobby. I just know I know a lot of folks can go overboard on this game, and no champs necessary. Anyone have a chance to win Patriot buff goes? I think it's like 2040, the year 2040, the year of our Lord. I think it's next month. No joke. We were talking about earlier in the stream. There are 11 champions coming to the game in August. 3 buffs, 2 new champions, and 6 buffs via the reunion event or whatever it's going to be called. 11 champions. Not joking. Have fun digesting all of that. It's like when the python swallows an animal that's too big. That's what that reminds me of. It's like, stop! We want buff! Oh god, no, this is way too many, slow down! Okay, I do not want a Mephisto buff. I think he'll be good as is. Come on, dude. You don't want him to, like, maybe not a buff, but if they just gave him, like, Nova Flame immunity, you wouldn't want that? Oh, I would love that. There is a part of me, I don't think it was smart sales tactic, which is probably part of why I liked it, was Dark Phoenix, $1,200. Give me $1,200 and you got this champ. No one's going to beat this champ. You pair them with Serpent, you will win all the Battlegrounds matches. They can't ban them all. And literally like 2 weeks later, they're like, here's Nico. Oh, I love that. It made me laugh so hard. I'm still laughing. Oh, man. What do you think of an Immortal Hulk rework? The problem with him, as far as a rework would be concerned, is he's so crazy where he's crazy. So it's like, how do you rework that? You know what I mean? Like, I think they very clearly made some trade-offs as far as like some utility and accessibility in PvP. Remember at the time when he came live, the only PvP was war. So they made some trade-offs, and so now it's like, what do we do? Yeah, Old Man Z is correct. There's a lot of Reed videos out there. He's a very good champion. He's very good. Star Force Way. If they haven't answered, they're probably stream crashed again. Stupid Google and YouTube. But I would imagine if I was trying to like argue why not to rank 4 Sinister, it would be he does so much damage, is so good as he is at rank 3, punches up pretty well if you're just Awakened and a high Sig, especially with the Cosmic Sig ability, right? But also there are hard counters, and the hard counters are in decks. The difference of the time it takes them to kill a rank 3 versus rank 4, probably not that different. So if you're trying to be efficient with your rank up, I could see an argument. I'm not saying that's what I would put out there. And obviously, if I'm considering ranking 4, I think there's some merit to it. But I think ultimately I would still go down the line of like, he's so good. I think he's worthy of it, and you would see a benefit. Adamantium advised me to take 2 points out of parry and put them into decks. Frees up 1 point and allows Okoye to fully counter Mystic Dispersion. So here's something interesting too, Pablito, is like, as I said, I've had to like, I know it's not like some big deal. It's not like I retired from Celestial. It wasn't like I was this constantly Celestial player who was battling for Celestial 4. Like, no, I'm not saying that. But once I like mentally was like, don't fall for it, dude. You get to Mysterium and then you're like, I can make Celestial. And then I play so much for like a day and then I realized like, it's not good for me. So I had to like very clearly make a decision on myself. Like, I am not doing this. Once I let go of that, one of the things I've discovered is that in like, even in lower Mysterium, but definitely in the Quantum tier, I don't think everyone's running 5/5 Mystic Dispersion. Now, sometimes you run into them and you don't know beforehand who or what, right? But like even the match I did against the rank 3 Photon, all of us were wondering like, they might not have been running Inequity. And so I don't know if I want to, like, I would be more likely if I was going to do that if I was going to take points out of parry, I would be more likely to put them in into Caller Tech, actually, because I have so many tech champions, as opposed to Okoye, who trust me, I get it, is amazing, but that's like one champion for a single class. And right now I would do like, it's almost like a dice roll, whether my opponent's 5 of 5 Mystic Dispersion or not. So I'd rather put those into Caller Tech, where I know I am using tech champions and tech defenders. That's just me though. But what you're saying makes sense. What I'm curious is, what would that do to parry? Will time block, right, when attack reduces damage. If a contact is made by patient stun for 1 second, this would reduce the duration of those stuns, right? So the stun would go down to half a second, but then it's elongated by... That's really interesting. I see Truth writing. Truth, how many points in parry do you run, man? Pablito, how many, and Old Man Easy, how many do you guys run? Anyone actually, please answer. I just happen to know these are high tier players in Battlegrounds. The stun duration doesn't change. It's 1 second regardless. Bagel runs 3 in parry. Actually, Bagel, I felt like I read somewhere that you've retired high tier Battlegrounds too. Is that accurate, or am I espousing false rumors right now? Aaron runs max parry as well. Truth, I run 2 in parry to unlock MD. I want 1 specifically for Petrify. You run Petrify? You one of those? Oh, God. You're one of those. Is that just for this meta, or okay, sometimes. Got it. Not true. It's 0.5 seconds. Yeah, I think it's 1 second, man. That might be something to play around with, though, because I think Caller Tech is pretty powerful, and like a lot of things in this game, it doesn't go linearly. Linear, whatever. You guys know what I mean. You can see it jumps from 4 to 6 to 9, but at the last one, it's actually 18, which I think would really, one, allow for loops to be significantly easier. And then on the defensive side, I think I would notice that. Like if I was attacking into a full Caller Tech defender, I think it would trip me up that I am not gaining the power I think I'm supposed to. So that's an interesting one. Not really. I sometimes go up there to get the rewards after the radiance buff. I haven't gotten pretty high. Yeah, maybe that's what I read, or maybe I saw you writing it in like a chat or something, buddy. But I could swear I was like, and I know you're still excellent. If you wanted to, you could do it. It's just I was like, oh, I'm wondering if that's playing into it a little bit. That's the bonus based on the perfect block chance. So you do 1 point in parry, and then I think what Truth is saying, though, is accurate, is I would need to move that point somewhere, though. You're saying move that here for Okoye. This would allow Okoye to completely shut off 5 of 5 MD. I thought I needed to max out Dexterity for her to shut off 5 of 5 MD. Yeah, Bagel, the reason why this particular topic has come up is trying to free up points for Caller Tech. And my first thought was to get them from either Mystic Dispersion, but I'm so used to 5 of 5. I don't think I could play the game without it. And then 5 of 5 Deep Wounds, I have Chi, who I do love. I'll admit she doesn't always even make my Battleground stack, but I try to force her in. Nick Fury, who, come on. And then Okoye, who I would, it wouldn't make sense now to take the point from there. It's 2? Only 2 points needed for Dex? Huh. That is something to think through. So 2 points in Dex, and then full Deep Wounds, Okoye shutting off 5 of 5 Mystic Dispersion. Or, to your point now, I could throw that into Caller Tech reducing combat power rate by 9%. And then when we get the last one, I could do it all the way up to 13. Interesting. That's food for thought. I actually may consider doing that. Like, just do friendlies with that setup for a while and see how it feels. It is time to go. I enjoy talking with y'all way too much. Isn't Legacy on vacation? What's that guy doing, man? I thought he was on vacation. He's already out here with making videos about the rebalance. Shoot, Barrow and KT are streaming. I appreciate y'all hanging out because I'm sure both of them are really streaming and playing the game. So I really appreciate all you hanging out and having this conversation with me. The chances are you have them both up. Go raid one of them. You know, I can't pick between the two. I watch both those channels. They both have a lot of knowledge. So, and none of the smaller streamers are streaming right now that I'm aware of. So, but I appreciate y'all hanging out. This was a phenomenal week, guys. Next week, y'all probably won't see me live for literally like 4 weeks. Next week, I'm going to be doing a lot of prep for my work trip and my family trip. But I am going to get videos out and have it scheduled so that it, hopefully you'll see us through the month. I'll be working on shorts and stuff like that. And if I get the chance to record something while I'm traveling, I will definitely do it. And then we'll be coming back in August and just like having a blast together. Seriously, thank you all of you for it. Truth, are you about to stream? If you're about to stream, we could link it or something. Nah, he probably would have said something. All right. Thank you all. Really appreciate y'all hanging out. This is a great time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.